God. Welcome to another episode of Kraig Facts. For all you something, get it from God. Man, I got a special show for y'all, man. I got a legendary group in here, man, that pioneered a lot of stuff that influenced me as a kid, man. And it's an honor to have Above the Law on Kraig Facts, man.
That's right.
Big Hudson Goldmack, the legend.
What's up, with you?
What's going on, man?
Man, you know, shit hanging like a loose tooth. You know, we do.
Hey, man. So y'all met. Y'all first dropped in '89, but how did you guys, the group Above the Law, actually connect? How did y'all get together?
We're all childhood friends. You know, me, Go, other brother Cam G, rest in peace. DJ Chaos, and then we got other two. You know, we got the fifth and the sixth Above the Law. Remember, which is one of our other brothers, rest in peace, Dooley and our homie E. You know what I mean? And we actually, you know, when we was young, we did everything together. From tried to be football players and baseball players to slanging that whoop wop in the '80s, and that's how we developed, you know, a kindred to do music the way we do it. From being childhood friends and our brotherhood, and then made records. So we've known each other longer than we didn't know each other, but we knew each other a long time before we made records. So
talking about that whoop wop, because I think I'm two generations. Generation is 10 years or 5.
You like 3 generations.
You right. Yeah.
You got to count the
10,
light skin. Light skin too, make it 3.
You went to high school with my nephew. You went to high school with my nephew. You definitely in a different generation.
They look like Emmett Smith older brothers. Teddy Smith.
Yeah.
Teddy Smith.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, I always ask all my elders from y'all generation this question about crack.
Okay.
How did you first recognize this drug? Like, when did it come into your consciousness? And then when did you say, hey, man, I can get rich off this shit, man? Like,
shit. I'll let him lead on that, then I'll add.
I've been off the porch real early, man.
Yeah, he was.
7th grade. Shit, I was official. I was gone 7th grade, riding bikes and taking it from the niggas and taking it to the get down on the bike, handlebars. And then 8th grade, I was about the 9th grade, shit, nigga, I had a whole block.
Yeah.
Man. Damn. So I heard back then a kilo cost you about 50.
This nigga stupid. He always go to
do that. Don't do that.
Frank White price.
Don't do that. Don't do no American gangster shit. It's the 80s, homie.
50 and a bit. Like, where the bitch at? I don't want the cocaine. But okay, so bam. So y'all grew up together.
Yeah.
What influenced you to start music?
You know what this nigga
for me,
is, nigga?
Yeah, for me, you
Stop playing.
Yeah.
See, let him light skin questions, nigga. Stop playing. You know this nigga uncle is.
For me,
Sammy Davis Jr.
Sammy, that shit, that's that bullshit.
Yeah, boing.
See, for me, I've been in it most of my life, which all of my life. My dad was a writer and composer at Motown, Richard Hutch, and my uncle was the famous Willie Hutch.
Willie Hutch.
So, yeah.
Hey, that's what I'm getting to.
Cocaine daddy.
And cocaine, my other uncle, Jerry B. Long, was a part of the Funk Brothers at Motown as well. So we come from music legend, you know, a legacy. So for me,
you had the cheat code.
Yeah, exactly. Basically.
Yeah, that's how G-Funk came into play.
There you go.
Yeah.
So for me, what these cats did when we got tired of hustling and we really wanted to do music heavy, they just was like, well, Hutch know music. He the only one out here hustling with us that know music. So we just kind of started putting demos together, and then from there, you know,
sample your father and your uncle's.
Never, because that's against the law. You know what I mean? You find your own way. You find your own way. Where I'm from, you find your own way. So I mean, especially the way we was doing it, we was talking about street hustling and doing all that. My pops and my uncle was really like, y'all need to go out of here with that shit.
Yeah.
You know, they from the old school for real.
Yeah.
So what happened was we put together a demo, Living Like Hustlers, and Dooley, E, and Go took it to Laylaw, rest in peace, and they took it to Easy E, and then we took off.
They took it to Dre first.
They took it to Dre first, and then Dre did it, and then they took it to Easy, and then it took flight. You know, because at the time they was developing Ruthless Records. We didn't believe them We didn't even believe they fuck with us. We were just some young niggas hustling. We didn't, dog.
Y'all had more money
even
than
100. We didn't even think, we was getting street money. We didn't even believe they was going to fuck with us.
The first day, Drake
they stood us up.
When I went to play,
Tell the truth, go. They stood us up.
It was on a Saturday. When I pulled up in my truck and Drake said, man, that's y'all, man. Y'all doing that, all that shit, man, and talking about the song.
Come to the studio tomorrow.
Come to the studio tomorrow.
It's Sunday, right?
So niggas come to the studio on Sunday and ain't there. This nigga go hot. I told you, this nigga
I go like, nigga, we got money. Go fuck these niggas.
That it go hot. That nigga Drake said,
it's Sunday, Hutch. He didn't remember. I was like, fuck these niggas.
Come on Monday, man. My bad, man. I forgot that we went on Monday.
For real, this really happened.
That's what's funny about it, man.
But I've been knowing Drake since the sixth grade.
Yeah, he been knowing since the sixth grade.
So you met Dre. Where'd you meet Dre at?
He went to Fremont. Him and Law. You know my brother Law? Went to Fremont. He used to pop lock and shit.
Yeah, they childhood friends.
Okay.
You know, we used to pop lock and shit.
I'm about to say Drake calling that nigga right now.
Oh, my
goodness. Your money.
Yeah.
Telling you.
Yeah.
And
so how'd y'all come up with the name of Butter Law, go man?
How we was living, man. It was no brainer to me.
For us, how we came up with it was that it's not above the law like the law.
Like the movie.
It's really like how we was hustling. We was making our own rules.
Right.
Like how we rocked. Ranch Boys was a clique. HBC was a clique. We was two dope boy cliques. Right. When we moving around, we just dope boys. You know what I mean? So I think we don't think like y'all. We don't rock shit like y'all. We above y'all. Right. But we needed a hook to bring the whole clique together to make it to enter the music industry. So we just say we above the law because that's how we feel about other suckers out there. It's the 80s. Everybody's arrogant. We all got egos. Right. We all get money in the streets. We for real street hustlers, man, just to let people know, like, we was for real. Well, we wrote Living Like Hustlers in a dope spot.
Right.
You know what I mean? We didn't, our first demo was wrote in a dope spot, for real, for real.
First
who was engineer in the bass head? Y'all had a bass head in there on the way.
All that, homie. All that. We should start Ike Turner. While you bullshit.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
My first case when I went to LP, I was in 10th grade. I got caught with
Los Padrinos.
42,500, a pound of weed, a shotgun, a pistol, 7 grams of yay.
Oh yeah, you was ready.
He was balling.
Everything we talking about.
Captain football team, nigga. I'm in the.
He said captain of the football team.
I'm fucking magnet, AB still, nigga. I ain't never.
That's wild.
He went on to sling keys. He blamed it on his knees.
In the history of rap, man. We was out there, man.
So I got another question. Best cook you ever had? Who the best cook you ever had breaking down a bird?
Nigga, was you? Let me stop talking.
He said Snowfall was really about me.
They always special.
Look here.
I hate niggas who could cook good. They always special.
Yeah, they always
special.
Always special.
Making you more money.
And they don't want to teach you shit. The cook niggas don't ever want to teach you shit back there. Like,
the thing is,
nah, man, it's the next level. Like,
that's all.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Y'all, give me 15 minutes. Go get a burger or something, homie.
Go get a burger or something. I'll pay for it.
They not gonna teach you how to cook. Niggas can cook good. They ain't gonna teach you how to cook.
The secret about crack is cinnamon.
Hey, you know the same way you were sneaking over Dre over the drum machine?
Yep.
I was doing them niggas like.
Yeah.
Can you
come back? Go get a pizza, man. Order a pizza.
Is it impossible to cook without getting high yourself?
Yeah. Niggas do that. It's like cooking sherm. You cook sherm and don't get high. Right. See, now you can cook sherm and get high. Right. You cook sherm and get fucked up. Yeah. Blow yourself. You know how shit goes. You know what I'm saying? Sherm shit, man.
That water ain't nothing.
Niggas
ain't no joke.
Tutorial.
I be scared. I should be scared of niggas fucking water though.
Yeah.
I'd be scared of niggas.
You said
water.
That's
cold. Now my uncle sold a nigga a cigarette.
Dip.
Yeah,
the dips.
So the nigga that he sold it to just lit the shit and he blew up. Like,
that happened a lot. Remember that? That was regular. Right. No, nigga didn't blow it up off that wet.
Hey, that shit was
that loop juice, boy.
That shit fresh.
Fuzz cigarette, man. Exactly. Looney Tunes cigarette.
Hell yeah, that's some Looney Tunes shit.
That nigga stupid Kraig.
Stupid. That's some Looney Tunes shit.
Nigga.
Hey, but that shit happened
like
though.
A cigar, like a black thumb, like the beat blew up and shit like that.
Yeah, nigga.
Okay, look. So I
know a gang of niggas that blew up in real life though. That's why.
Yeah, me too. That ain't cool.
That's hilarious.
So it was a myth going around because look, I participated in that as well, but I was never no baller. Like I came on the tail end when nigga
when it wasn't scary no more.
Niggas wasn't scary no more.
Wow. Designer. What is it? He was a designer hustler. Nigga was a designer dope dealer. Right? When it became fashionable, nigga like
came out the street. He looked left. He looked right.
On the coast clear, he say he wasn't social with it. He was so with it.
So the difference between our eras and your era, y'all niggas a light day you making 1,500.
Right.
In my era, that's the week.
Yeah.
That's the week.
Nothing on me like.
Did you say $1,500?
Right.
In a day. Light day, like nigga,
that's not even a light
that's
day.
no accident, nigga. 1,500 is no accident.
Yeah,
nigga,
that's dope selling.
That ain't no accident, homie.
Tips at restaurants, man.
Right.
What you talking about? A light day is $1,500.
Yeah, that's an accident. 1,500 is an accident. Oh, I just pulled right here. Yeah.
So I got another
No,
question.
it's an accident. In the 80s, that making 1,500 is an accident, my nigga. Like, I just ran into a nigga at the burger stand. Nigga, right here in the car. Up, 1,500.
Did y'all ever work with Rick?
Out a spot, homie, at a spot.
Did y'all ever work with Rick?
My thing was I didn't want to fuck with Rick because Rick was fucking with my family. You know, he was at the corner the other day, and I didn't want to have no talk because Rick was a hot boy.
Yeah.
And but every time Rick, I'm just keep 1,000. Every time Rick was coming looking at me like, "Oh, Rick looking for you," I'm like, "Shit, I think this nigga won't." I didn't fuck the girl. Some shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So this nigga blocked me in next to Eric's house on 99.
Yeah.
So this nigga blocked me in. I'm pulling out my truck, and Rick pulled up in the point of sure. I ain't argue. I'm like, hey, nigga, you for a group called Buffalo? I'm like, I thought Rick wanted me. I'm like, man, I don't want nothing. Just let me be, Rick. You know what I'm saying?
I love Rick though, man.
Like, yeah, man, that's my guy, man.
Rick, man.
What's up, Scar?
Yeah, what's up, Scott? Yeah, love Rick, man. Rick is that guy. Rick is, man. Them guys, they was on some astronomical shit.
I'm gonna name
that long.
Rick, Young Tommy. What's that boy used to come to your house on? Whitey.
Yep.
Hercules.
It's Whitey Enterprise.
Yeah, Whitey Enterprise.
Niggas, third world niggas.
Them niggas.
Third world niggas.
They doing a documentary right now called Kingpins.
Water Bowl, all them niggas, Big Pat. All them niggas.
It's called Cola, Kingpins of LA.
You know,
we got all them niggas.
But you know, you gotta say our boss Juice. You
dope.
know, gotta say our boss Juice. You know,
Yeah, man, Juice. You know,
Juice is our boss. So yeah, he was with them.
Juice is my brother, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's our brother, homie. We just called him up. He's the boss though.
Right.
He's even a boss, homie. Dude was rolling real shit before any niggas was rolling the real shit.
Why you know? We was talking like
he was rolling real shit before any niggas was rolling real shit.
That's top.
You know what I mean? Yeah, 500 drop top, bop.
12th grade.
Yeah,
shit.
like that.
Nigga, I told you, I come out, it was ridiculous. I went to did the little money up here. I come out like, nigga, we doing it like this.
Who was the biggest baller of y'all era? We like, man, this.
It was a lot of them. That's what's
I know
crazy.
Rick was the guy because everybody know Rick, but niggas, a lot of niggas get caught when he fucking with Rick.
We just named a bunch of cats.
I named Blackjack. I named Whitey.
Blackjack.
I named Young Tommy. Nigga, Young Tommy was.
Yeah.
Rain. I know them niggas. Lil Ed. I know all them niggas.
He ain't lying. You saying it for real?
They used to call me Rich Kid because I be out there with them.
I was a
like
D-boy
14,
shit,
15,
man.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's hard to say in the 80s, like, because, you know, when we came up in that realm, even y'all and Dina, Ray and them was huge. You know, them niggas was jumping out of Rolls Royces, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a different
Big
level.
Stone, Lil Stone for Pomona, you know, Doc, Big Doc. All them dudes, you know, Danny Boy, all them dudes was legends. You know, all them dudes was a connection. Right. You know, because we are part of that connection. We are part of the LA South. It's the South Central Pomona connection. Yeah. You know what I mean? We was about that. We created that. Like our clique and they clique, because we were the young kids that created that LA Pomona clique. Right. You know what I mean?
Take that 10 freeway.
That's right. Yeah. So that's why we got heavy. We was real heavy. And a lot of us from Pomona, we was always heavy with fucking with LA niggas. Right. You know, that's why our city was on fire with the work. You know, just taking you back a little bit.
I just think about it. KMG grandmama used to babysit. Yeah, and I didn't even know KMG at the time. This nigga grandmama, rest in peace, KMG, Mrs. Dudley, babe, she stayed on the corner on 76 and San Pedro. This nigga stayed way in Pomona. Right. His daddy Homer one day coming, I'm like, what the fuck?
He doing it in the neighborhood.
That's my mama. Nigga, that's your mama. That's my babysitter. Nigga, like, this ridiculous shit.
Yeah, it's a
small world, yeah.
Kraig, can I say something real fast?
No,
because everybody in the chat and people from Texas, a lot of people from Texas watch this. And I'm from Houston, and everybody knows that Above the Law was DJ Screw's favorite group.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Shout out DJ Screw. What you talking about? Shout out H-Town, too, man. Shout out the Ghetto Boys, man. Shout out
Lord Boys. They're my guys right there.
Shout out, rest in peace, Pimp C. Rest in peace, DJ Screw, man. Come on, man.
George Bush.
Trouble, man. Come on, man.
Don't forget George Bush.
I don't think they might like that. Not the people chiming in on your show. They might not like George Bush.
The one shout out to a king.
Yeah.
Oldest store. No.
Vernon Maxwell, baby.
And shout out to all my people in Dallas, West Dallas, all that. You know, because that's my land.
That's dope, though. DJ Screw, he big out there.
So let me ask you a question, because how do you think your background in the streets helped you as far as doing business in the industry?
Oh shit!
Because I don't ever hear. I never heard really you or Layla complain about anything as far as the industry. It always felt like y'all been winning the whole time.
Yeah.
Thing is, man, I come in and not even trying to get no music money. Easy have to tell a nigga to stop selling dope.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, it's a story, and that's a real story.
Dope, nigga.
Yeah, I can't sign y'all if y'all selling dope.
Like,
y'all need
what?
to stop
Nigga,
that
I'm
shit.
coming in there strong.
Nigga called me.
All this stuff.
Yeah, nigga called me talking about, hey man, I'm hearing some things. I was like, well, whatever you hearing is probably the truth. And until you sign us, we ain't stopping doing what we do. They say, all right, well, you know, y'all need to come out here and see how we living. So we all came out there with the arrogance that we do as young D boys, and we wasn't impressed until a check was cut.
Right.
So still, you know,
This nigga's taking booty calls.
Hey man,
so for us,
right, man.
So for us,
He always watching my naked
so
pictures
for
on the
us,
phone.
Craig, it's like this, fam. For
I forgot
us,
you was over
it's
there, man.
always been about the hustle. So we don't complain, we just hustle. You know what I mean? Like you saying, like we cut. And with Ruthless, one thing people got to understand with Ruthless, we were so spoiled young. It was, you know, Easy had that shit so pre-wired that we was used to always like having our own shit and never having to ask nobody for shit.
Right.
So how we do, we just still blaze the same trail. You know what I mean? We still hustle and we still look at like ownership
In-house.
and we still like it's all in-house and we just grind.
You see in the corner,
You know what I
academy,
mean?
nigga. Stop acting like you ain't.
We don't
been
really.
to
So it's nothing to complain about. It's really when you caught up in the hustle.
You
Okay.
been to the
It's hard to
building,
complain.
nigga.
You know what I mean?
So did y'all
that's yours?
for your first deal, since y'all had money, did y'all put money up or like do a different deal than a normal artist, or it
No.
was them type of
Man,
It
situations?
was the same sucker deal,
Yeah.
like that everybody got
it is
in
though, Hush.
'88.
But niggas had to give us a minute. They had to go up on us because
That's right. Yeah.
we was the first niggas signed the Epic Records.
Yeah, we had to.
First rap group signed the Epic Records.
That's right.
So it's us and Michael Jackson, Babyface,
Face,
Luther
all that.
Vandross.
Yeah, we was the only rap group on that label.
We was
that's
so
hard.
Did y'all meet Mike?
All that
Let
shit.
me tell you the story.
Tell the story about.
Oh,
it. Gotta
shit.
tell you the Mike
Arrogant
story.
and assholes from the
He
block.
talking about Michael Jackson, y'all.
Yeah,
Right,
tell the
right.
story,
We so
dog.
arrogant assholes from the block, so they come up there, they like, we doing something up there. We up at the
We
office.
doing press. It's the day press. We did press. You know how we used to have to go to back then we had to go to the label to do all the. You got to do it at one time, and then you about to go on a promo tour. So we in there all day.
And they like,
You know.
he's coming. We're like, who? Him. He was like, who?
Like
him?
that nigga.
We're like, he's coming. We're like, who they talking about? They're like, Michael Jackson. Y'all want to meet?
Oh,
like,
wow.
hell no.
Niggas.
So these niggas tried. I said, nigga, I met Michael Jackson when I was like 12 years old at my uncle Willie Hutch's house.
But
I'm
now
like,
I
I
already
already
met
met
shit.
nigga,
We
like,
19. We
Yeah.
21 years old. We
Already
still
met it.
attitude.
I met him at a family picnic. Like
Yeah.
my family knows.
They was like, y'all don't want to meet Michael Jackson? Like,
No, we
hell
couldn't.
no.
Fuck
Singing ass nigga. We was tripping like that.
Yeah, like what would we
Good
sing
niggas
that?
don't want to be Michael.
We didn't want me.
But look, fam, I met him already.
We talking about 88, 87.
I bet he
When
went
This
out.
crack
is
was
the height
rampant.
of Mike too.
Mike
yeah.
was so cool with my pops because you know Pops wrote for the Jacksons.
Yeah,
and
right,
my
right.
uncle
Oh,
wrote
that's
"I'll
dope.
Be There."
Right, right.
So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Damn.
actually, yeah.
Okay.
I told
So
y'all
he
niggas
know.
like y'all know his
Like
uncle.
sleep.
Yeah,
Sleeping
so
on the
I
nigga.
met him at a family picnic we had. All the people from Motown came to my uncle's picnic.
Right.
And we used to go to the Motown picnic every year, so I already know him.
Yeah.
But by that time, we was having money. We was acting like some arrogant young niggas. Like, you don't want to meet no singing nigga. We rapping.
Willie Hutchinson.
Nigga with glitter socks.
Willie Hutchinson. What's your favorite Willie Hutchinson song?
Ooh, I don't have.
I choose you.
Yeah.
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 Look, she said, "Oh,
Oh, that was somebody.
you know my
I know
favorite
the
Willie
name,
Hutchinson
though.
song is? It's not brother gonna work it out, but you know my favorite Willie Hutchinson is? You got that glow.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got that.
You got a glow.
Yeah. The Last Dragon. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
When you need
movie.
the glow, you go to glow.
Oh, that was him. Okay.
He was supposed to rap that shit.
You ever accidentally get high on Ye when you was selling it? Ever?
Nah, nigga.
Never
I
that
never
one
did no
time.
cocaine. I ain't never did no water. I ain't never smoked no water, and I ain't never did no cocaine.
Hey, there's a reason why you don't get high on your own supply. Because we done watching niggas that ball one day
Nigga.
in
And be
6 months,
straight dope
they pookie.
fiends.
They pookie.
You talking about 6 months?
Yeah, right.
Beans, bro. That should have flipped you out,
Do you
nigga.
remember the promoters in Houston?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Them
Houston.
motherfuckers was hyped up like a motherfucker.
Them niggas had tables full of dope. Them niggas
right.
they like,
Motherfucker was up.
they had guns everywhere.
Wait. Did you just
All right, for a coke?
cocaine? All right, that's what I was.
That's the game down there.
It's a hell of a drug.
When we take the club, we performed at. We
My
performed at
cousin
a
made a
club.
lot of money.
We performed at a club called 9.9.
9.9. Yep. In Houston.
Cracking.
Yep.
See, he was always with Scarface because that's our nigga Brad. But I would be with the Fifth Ward boys, all the crazy niggas.
Yeah.
They had a song called "Pussy Weed and Alcohol."
Right.
Most talented artists y'all ever work with? Were you like
Most talented? Like I work with a lot of people. I let him answer that question.
Okay.
I'm gonna say like this. Like you say, I can't say. You want me to say Pac, some shit like that?
No, whoever.
Don't know who you feel, bro.
Who's the biggest one that you ever?
If you
Most-
think it's
that nigga
Silk the
Dre.
Shocker, you think it's Silk the Shocker?
Oh my
that
God.
nigga
Shit.
The biggest is Dre.
I mean, ain't nothing
Right.
bigger than Dre.
The biggest is Dre, but
Right.
Well, he probably would be the most talented.
the most memorable, I think, who we work with is probably Eazy-E.
Easy.
The most memorable, but the most talented, I would say.
So y'all was
who
around
would we say
before
go
we could
like,
rap.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, who could we say the most talented? Like,
I would say Dre, man. That nigga was get in that studio and do that shit.
Yeah, Dre. Okay.
Nigga, the
Pop
way
them
we-
songs
no,
out.
talented. That's
take nothing and create something that the whole world is talking about 10
Right.
times.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
a hard
Right.
motherfucker.
I mean, a dark horse. You know, funny. Like people say Tupac. For us, Tupac is a dark horse.
Why
we
is
didn't
that?
know. We didn't know who he was when we met him.
I wouldn't pick
We
that
didn't
guy
know.
out
See,
for it.
everybody talk about legendary shit, but when Pac came around us, Pac wasn't Tupac.
Right.
He's just a dope kid who could rhyme.
You know,
We
what
talking about
call him?
1990.
Yeah,
You know, what
exactly.
you call him? Tone Loc name that nigga
Yeah.
soft shell turtle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you
Pac
call
was
him
a
that?
little homie for y'all.
He's a little homie.
And
That's
you
our
ever
little
see that
homie.
ring he wear with the big dime stars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I had an Uzi with diamonds and shit back on, so I took Pac to my jeweler to get that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the one who went to got the nigga from the airport when they was supposed to have been Shock G.
Yeah.
And because Hutch had ordered, Humpty was supposed to come down with a song,
Yeah.
Digital Underground.
Yeah.
And instead of Humpty coming, they sent Pac and Money B. And I go get him from the airport. I'm like, who's this beat?
I'm really like, who is this
Right.
nigga? Like, who's this nigga in the studio? Like, where's Shock at? So I'm hot.
That's
I'm like the record
got him
dog, really.
before
If you know me, dog, I'm really.
Yo, that's hilarious, yo.
So I done bust my ass on the track. I'm like, oh, what's up? He's like, oh man, dude didn't show up. I said, oh, he coming late on a later flight. He said, I don't know, nigga.
ain't
So I said,
coming.
so Law ass coming there and say, hey, the motherfucking clock is ticking. You know,
I remember Pac listening
we
to the
spending his
beat.
goddamn money. You know what I mean? Law was on some general shit. I said, hey, homie, the beat ready. We already ready to go. I said, so what you want to do? So Mun come in and he's like, hey,
Money B,
he
Digital
pulled,
Underground.
Money B come in. He's like, hey, you know, why don't y'all put the little homie on? I was like, oh, dude, that did that song with y'all.
That all around the world.
all around the world, same song, right?
Okay,
I was like,
okay.
yeah, I feel this,
Around,
bro.
I hang around with the
Underground when I
Who
come
fucked us
around.
up? He come in, he say, hey, he busting. He busting some shit. He said, hey, homie, what y'all call y'all shit? I was like, yeah, the homies, they just named that shit G-Funk, man. I'm just funking in here.
Right.
And they call it that, though. When niggas be talking in conversation, they call it G-Funk. So we went in there, clown around, winning, hang around with the underground, winning with the mafia, I'm dropping you.
Yeah.
We don't pump a G-Funk, but you can call it what you want.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's going on.
Right.
Nigga is fire. And he the first nigga to take off.
Right.
He a new nigga.
And if you-
Nobody knew Tupac.
Now, if you
Right.
remember, Hutch, after he did that, we had to rewrite our shit. Like, this nigga started.
Oh no, I went to
Pac
murder.
made you rewrite
I'm gonna
your
murder this nigga, man. I said, I'm gonna murder this nigga. I'm telling you the real shit because Pac used to look up to me. He's like,
Right.
he was like 187. He tell the little homie like, well, 187 was he was coming. I say, nigga, but check this out, my nigga. You ain't finna say that on my record. Clear the smoke and grab a fool by his throat.
Yeah, go ahead
I had
and
to
hit
come
him.
right in him.
yeah.
Cause it's back to back to back because it's a cipher.
Yeah.
So we looking, we like, damn nigga, shit, this nigga kind of came with some fire. That's why we call it a dark horse.
Yeah.
This nigga's a dark horse. I'm like, this nigga right. So Mun hit it. She's like, yeah, that nigga right, huh? I was like, yeah. So I said, nigga, go in there and ink some shit up. Nigga
When it-
took
what-
off.
the-
But he wasn't nothing at the time. He was
Nigga, I
a
took
little
Pac to the
hungry
airport
nigga.
to
Yeah.
go read for Juice. He was sleeping on the motherfucking
And it's
couch.
funny about Juice. Tell
my
a story about Juice. He wasn't. It really was Money B's
Yeah, he
movie. He brought him with him. It was Money B movie.
That just that movie up.
Man, that dude got
with
the luck.
Dan
That dude
Aykroyd.
had so his first run
Wait,
was
Money
like a
B was
lucky
supposed to be?
nigga.
Money
Yeah.
B, because they did the movie
Yeah.
with Dan Aykroyd or something about
Yeah.
nothing, something with Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, the Dan Aykroyd
and
movie
Chevy
about
Chase,
the about the
and Demi Moore.
little horror movie, little
Yeah,
fake
like-
little horror movie.
and Pac and them was in that, and they sung that.
Oh, you talking about nothing but trouble?
Nothing but trouble.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just did that. And that nigga was out here, and he was with Atrium. His manager was Atrium Gregory,
Which was our road manager.
was our partner. And he got Digital Underground. He like, man, Pac didn't want to go back to Oakland. he want to stay out of with y'all because we eating, we having a ball, nigga.
Right. Having fun.
It's on.
And he said,
I got another question. Oh, my mic. Go ahead, and finish.
And then he said, H.M. said, man, if y'all telling me y'all get me to the airport, and Law was like, yeah, man. H.M. like, man, promise me y'all get this nigga to the airport. 2 weeks later, we took him to the airport, and then he called me back. He said, if I get the name of the movie, if I get the part, I'm gonna call you. He called me back. I said, what's the name of the movie? Like, Juice. I'm like, okay. Then when the nigga came out here, we went to the Man Chinese to go see the premiere. That's the first time I saw the nigga. That's the first time I looked at him different because we went and we sitting in the theater and he like, ain't none of this shit in the script.
He just off the dome.
Right.
Dude, he just went off the dome, my nigga.
And he talked about Omar Epps was a bitch. He said he didn't fuck with Omar Epps. The only nigga he fucked with on there was Tretch and the fat nigga. He said them the only two niggas I hung out with. Everybody else was treating me like, because I'm a rapper, I ain't no actor, but he stole the get down. So we in the theater and he like talking loud to the screen and shit. And people like, shh, because they trying to watch the movie. And he like, I'm ad-libbing this, go, this, and that, the third. So we walk in the lobby when they cut the movie on. Motherfuckers like, Bishop. Call this nigga Bishop.
Right.
Call it a good name. And he starts signing autographs. This little Peter that nigga, they
He used to come out. Pac used to come out to promote and fuck with us and just hang out. It's just nothing, homie. Like when he was nothing. He's just a homie to us. He's just a little homie to us. But we know the thing that we knew about Pac was that Pac was special. When I found out Pac was special, I went to see Pac one time when he was working on his second album and shit. So I pulls up on him just to fuck with him. It was like I hadn't seen him for a minute. He was like, Hutch. He said, man, I don't know how long I'm gonna live, man. This is young. This is my little homie.
Wow.
I don't know how. Huh?
How old was he around this time?
Oh shit, I got to be what,
this
22?
Second album.
Because we had Echo Sound at the time.
Right.
We in the parking lot talking. He said, man, I don't know how I'm gonna live. He said, I'm finna do everything I can do before that time.
Right.
I'm about to kill shit. I'm gonna stay in this motherfucker. I'm gonna eat, sleep, and shit. This is when he first got his rhythm.
Right.
So I'm gonna eat, sleep, and shit, sleep in this shit. He said, man, because I don't know how long I'm gonna live, man. That's how I look at my life. He said, that's why I grind like I grind. I was like, damn, you little homie, like you got a cold vision.
He had a feeling.
He got a cold vision, dog. I said, this dude was special. That's when I knew he was special. And this was after Juice. This was after his first record. This is right when he was doing records, Shed So Many Tears. Yeah. That album.
Right.
I went and hung out with him because we just go to studio niggas. We'll just go to studio and kick it with niggas.
All right, strictly for my niggas, the first thing he said on the album is, hey, yo, Law. Is it cool if I get fucked up? Goddamn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Niggas don't know, but niggas don't know.
So for us, we knew the person before he was somebody, when he became that, we knew he was special because how he navigated through the industry, man.
The nigga could joke. The nigga had jokes. But if you joke on him, get mad, he want to leave.
Yeah, he get mad at
that. Ain't no Mac nigga. Start talking crazy and shit.
Man, Pac was amazing, man, because we watch, our camp, our clique, we instrumental in watching a lot of dudes that we never thought would be anything from, it's a few guys that y'all might know.
Right.
That it's Tupac,
Snoop.
It's Cocaine, it's Snoop, and Warren G.
Right.
You know what I mean? Those are the little homies that really we proud of them because we knew they had potential, but we didn't know the level that they would reach. Right. Because that we call all them the dark horses because they held it down. They kept the torch going.
Hey, but look, every interview Snoop do, he say, hey, I know Above the Law had me first. Every
That's
time
right.
I got watched, tell you nigga, go man, Hush. He was over there on La Cienega. Them niggas was catching the bus over to him in one day.
Wow.
He never smoked a blunt without Law.
So how'd y'all come across Snoop? How did that relationship?
Warren G. Warren G was with us in 80. Warren G used to live with me. What happened was Dre was tripping.
Nigga, he would go home.
No, I'm gonna tell the story the right way. I'm gonna tell the story the right way, but so it don't get misconstrued. Dre was like tripping because Warren was like cutting up a little bit at the house with moms. Right. So he's like, he want to come stay with me. So moms and his pops was like, let him come stay with you. And then so Dre, while we was doing Living Like Hustle, he was like, hey Hutch, bitches, I'm cramping. It's kind of cramping my style to have like a little nigga hanging out. At the time, Warren wasn't nothing. So I was like, he was like, well, let him come stay with y'all at the production house, basically, like, because we had a compound at that time. We had a couple spots.
I had an old little spot around the coast.
We had a little neighborhood took over where we just was being there regulating, doing our
my
thing.
My mama got them apartments for us.
Right, exactly.
Let's go grown.
So yeah, it was good. We got so we had our little shit set up, right? But we had an area roped off for just kicking it and doing whatever we do. So we just take him out to the house. So he stayed with us while we was doing Living Like Hustlers.
Oh wow.
He used to always talk about a kid named Snoop. At the time, Snoop was in YA or something. Yeah. So by the time when Snoop got home, he bought Snoop around.
Warren used to ask me for dope too, and I used to say no.
Yeah, he always wanted to hustle. Man. The nigga always wanted to hustle.
Hey, that ain't no motherfucking rap money right there. Like, come on, man. I'm gonna argue with Dre about you gonna go to jail. And I don't
so he brings Snoop around. Snoop freestyle for us. Snoop, and he was incredible. You know, I ain't put no cut on that. Yeah, shout out to Mark Paladin.
At this time, when y'all was with Pac and Snoop in their early years, did they know each other at that time?
No.
Okay.
Nobody knew each other.
Think about it, because the day we was arguing with Snoop at the marina, at the
Pac was with us.
Pac was with us.
Yeah, you know, Money B tell a story about us.
You on the Drink Champ talking
on
about
Drink Champ talking about that shit.
Money B like, me come back, we on the elevator, that nigga Pac, and then when we go to New York and had that shit with Cube, Pac tripping on us because he was Yo-Yo. This nigga Pac
exactly, because he fucking with Yo-Yo.
Pac all over the place. All right, I just got one story. When we was in do you remember when we was at the Freaknik?
Yeah, absolutely. I do. I do remember.
Oh, y'all know the documentary?
I wish I was there.
We might have been. Somebody legs in the air. If I'm on the documentary, somebody's legs in the air. Real. Tell you that much.
Didn't you say you know Jamie Foxx?
Yeah, that's the first celebrity I met when I was 11, 12 years old.
Oh, you playing basketball?
Nah, we were
naked basketball at the house. Hey, I hope Jamie Foxx get better. Shout out to Jamie Foxx. I've been at Jamie Foxx's house for some functions. It ain't.
Hey, do that crossover, Kraig? You got a cold crossover? That's hilarious. Hey, Kraig, when me and you go party, Dad?
Man, that's hilarious.
Don't do it. Hey, don't do it. Hey, shout out to Puffy. Don't do Puffy like that. Hey, I think Puffy. Hey, they got Puffy drunk on Drink Champs.
Oh yeah.
Party, Daddy. I said, hey man, he's using the wrong vocabulary right now.
He said, what did he say? Why you ain't never party
with me, Daddy? Why you ain't never party with me? Like,
hey, Fab said we been different. Man, what Fab said? Yeah, we party all the time.
With me, nigga.
That nigga say Daddy
like
different.
Jailhouse shit. No, with me, nigga. Why you ain't came in the cell with me?
With me, right?
I be like, why? He told the nigga, I like it when you like this, Dad.
I know you be fucking with niggas on the yard. You ain't came in my cell,
nigga.
Puffy Daddy did he grab you like Big Worm? He
grab you like this?
Nigga, where your shirt go?
That shit was hilarious.
Not lying.
How'd he grab you? He grabbed you like this?
Wild shit, man.
But
no, he grabbed me strong.
But to say we knew Warren had potential because he studied everything that we was doing. Just to go back to your question.
My turn.
But that's what I want you to do too.
What happened with the Freaknik?
Oh yeah, the freak. Tell us about the freak.
Look, niggas gonna be on the motherfucking documentary.
Yeah, he was about to tell us a story.
One time we walking and like Common walking, the nigga Common.
Yeah.
And he see Pac, he like Tupac. Pac like what? I ain't say his name.
Jack the Rapper. Remember, that's Jack the Rapper. That's the weekend with Jack the Rapper. That's
Jack the Ripper, you mean?
He said his name again.
It was a convention called
again, and then Pac's like, "What you say? Oh, nigga, you a bitch ass nigga." Look, so that's not the Freaknik. So
that's Jack the Rapper. Remember, that's Jack the Rapper. That's that weekend. That's the weekend that he beat the. Remember, that's the weekend that he tripped on the police. That's Jack the Rapper weekend. That's when we went to see Rakim
with the weed.
Went to Rakim con. That's that whole week.
When he went to jail with the weed.
That's right. Yeah, with the weed. Yeah, that's Jack the Rapper
history, right?
Pac and I'm in the lobby. It's like me, Busta Rhymes, Ed Love, and all MTV niggas. We talking. They like VSOP talking to VSOP the shit. So they telling like,
it's popping.
We drinking Remy and shit. Pac walk up with Tresh. Tresh got a big ass.
He got a chain, like a dog chain.
No,
what
a lock.
Like link chain.
Yeah. Pac put his head back to Busta Rhymes' face like, go. I know you got some weed. Me and Tresh want to get high. I ordered an ounce, man. I'm going to come up with some weed. Disrespect all of the 20 men, but I'm like, nigga, Busta like, Pac like, go. I'm like, man, I gotta go get this nigga some weed. I see where this is headed. I see Busta hot. This nigga Pac the step.
Cause he the little homie right now, so he rowdy as fuck. He coming to go like the big homie. Like, hey, we finna roll up, nigga. What you got? Fuck all this.
Fuck who you talking.
Fuck this Hollywood shit, nigga.
Oh wow.
I get a nigga the weed, and he's smoking the weed in the lobby. The security guard comes say, hey man, put it out. Pac like, all right man, put it out. And then he left, and then he lighted up again.
He
come back, and he said, hey man, put it out. Pac said, okay nigga. And he put it out again. Then he came back. He said, put it out. I said, yo, bitch ass nigga, you ain't no real police.
You gonna keep coming around here, motherfucker.
That nigga leave and come back with the real police. And that's when we met Big Stretch from Live Squad.
Yeah, from Live Squad, yeah. Rest in peace, Big Stretch.
Live Squad, rest in peace. Big Stretch. He was some Thug Life too.
And his brother, yeah. That's Thug Life, the original Thug Life. The funny thing about the original Thug Life, you don't know, the original Thug Life group is me, KMG, Mo Preem, Big Stretch, and his brother, and Pac.
Oh,
that's
wow.
the original group. And Big Psych, rest in peace. That's the group. They added Rated and Macadocious because when we was developing when he was trying to develop Thug Life, Pac blew up.
And Ralphie.
That's Ralphie artist, yeah, Macadocious.
What about Outlaws?
Yeah, that's his. But they ain't even around at this time. You talking about later. You talking about later. Okay. Outlaws is later. But what happened was, Above the Law, we blew up and then Pac blew up. So we couldn't put so all the cats that used to hang out with Pac exclusively, he created a group, Thug Life, but the second album was going to be both the groups, Above the Law and the people that you see in Thug Life. That's the Thug Life movement.
Right.
Yeah, it was a movement, really. It wasn't no group because Mo Preem came to us to develop Thug Life, the idea. It's Tretch, too. My bad, I'm leaving out Tretch.
Mo Preem is, right?
Yeah, that's Pac's brother.
Pac's brother.
But y'all know his first song he did?
No.
You don't know that?
Mo say he's the fellow, quite a nuttello.
Feels Good. He the rapper on Feels Good. Tony.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Pac's brother.
That's pre-rapper.
That's
Oh, shit.
That's Pac's brother. Yeah, on Feels Good. The rap on Feels Good is Mo Preem.
Wow, I never knew
Yeah.
that.
Neither.
Quite a nice fellow. Yeah.
Hey, so Jack
Okay.
Jack the Rapper, man, I be hearing all kind of stories.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that shit.
A lot of stories.
Like I've never heard this story. Was y'all there when the Rumble happened? Like,
Yeah, you mean with Luke and
Death Row?
Death Row, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
We went that year.
yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Was that shit was crazy? Like,
Yeah, we weren't there specifically at that moment, but we was there that year. Yeah, it's crazy.
Always because.
But see, Jack the Rapper, see back then niggas fought. Niggas gonna fight. You gonna get into a fight.
to fight every
Right.
You at least gonna get into a fight, man.
Right.
Because it was gangster.
I got
back
tired
Nah,
of fighting.
because
I got tired of fighting every city we go to because niggas be like, y'all niggas think y'all above the law. Y'all niggas like, man, it's a motherfucking name of the.
Right.
Philly, hey, I remember we went to
Weirdo
that
shit.
club in Philly one night, and DJ Cass came back, and he was like, "Hey man, some niggas in the front of the club tripping. They talking about fuck them above the law." So we get up and we start going in front of the club. So we about to fight these niggas before, and we the guests.
Right.
These niggas is like, fuck these, the door niggas though, not
Right,
the people. The niggas that work the door. Oh, fuck these old West Coast niggas.
Like we had a fight on stage. Was it Houston or Oklahoma?
That's
Look, so many fights, nigga don't know.
no, that's
the city.
Chicago.
No, that's another. That's what
Oh yeah,
Suge
Oklahoma
fight.
too.
I'm talking about the
These
one.
niggas was
That's
squabbling.
Dallas. That's
I'm talking about the one when
Dallas.
they whooped KJ with the
That's
flashlight.
Dallas.
They whooped
That's
what?
Dallas.
They whooped up.
That's Dallas.
They took the flashlight.
Just 'cause of the name.
man.
Just
Rest in
'cause of
peace,
the
KJ.
name.
And man,
Well, no, everywhere we went,
they wouldn't get off the stage because they was DOC homies and they was arrogant.
They from my old neighborhood in
Nigga, that's
Dallas,
my homie
West
coming out.
Dallas.
We like, man, y'all niggas gotta get off
Yeah.
stage.
Project
wouldn't
niggas.
get off stage. And our security guard tried to ask him to get off. They took his flashlight and started working him. Next thing I know,
Working
Big
him.
Suge and Law. I seen Suge hit a nigga. Bing.
Yeah.
I seen Law lift
Suge
the
Knight?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was our bodyguard.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sugar worked for y'all.
Suge
Yeah,
was our
Suge,
first-
yeah.
that was our-
Wait, Suge Knight was y'all bodyguard.
First, yeah, from Ruthless.
How much
yeah.
was y'all paying?
Wow.
Shit, we don't know. It was in the budget.
And all that
broke
was
off.
it got so fly with Suge. He said, "Look, man, y'all ain't even got to give me no money, nigga. All y'all got to do is pay for my motherfucking
flight.
pay for my
My
flight, and I'm gonna get my own
rooms.
Because we would get rooms because we working.
That nigga Suge. Hey,
That nigga would get the penthouse.
That
and
nigga
like,
would get
what
the
fuck?
whole floor. That nigga crazy.
It'd be him and DOC.
Crazy.
No, that nigga crazy when he was young, like for real. But he was fun
As
as
a
fuck.
security, he's getting
Let me tell you
room.
something.
Yeah.
Because he's from the NFL. That's when he just left the NFL.
that's right, that's right.
He had the NFL money. So he
So
was
he had
cool.
already
He was
knew,
already
yeah.
liquid.
And he was
Yeah.
That nigga
bodyguard for
Suge was
Bobby
all-
Brown.
Yeah,
and all
Bobby
them niggas.
Brown.
He had already,
That's how I met Bobby Brown.
So
He's
he was
bodyguard
getting
to
money.
Suge. Yeah.
Wow.
He had
What was
bread
so
already.
special about Suge? How was he able to think his way into being the most powerful person in hip hop?
This how
Mouthpiece.
I'll tell you this.
Hey, man,
Let
I
me
like
tell you
that.
something. But what people don't give Suge credit for, Suge is the one who exposed the whole play at Ruthless. That's why it cracked like that. Because he was the one who told us like once we started blowing really hard, he the one came and told all of us, y'all getting fucked over. Because not fucked over in a sense to where he's like, don't leave your paperwork like this. Like, fix it. He was coming in because he was looking at how Bobby was eating, and we was selling records like them.
Right.
And they was like, well, y'all ain't eating like that. Why y'all the homies ain't eating like that? And he talking about everybody. He's like, Eric got to shout out to Eazy-E because Easy's a brilliant business person. His mind is great. But what he followed too much of that old school record code.
Right.
And Suge kind of exposed it. He was like, well, the shit ain't fair. He said, I ain't trying to beef for nothing. He said, homie, the shit ain't fair. What I'm saying, what other niggas is getting, and they selling records like y'all ain't getting it.
Right.
So he came he was more like a protector.
Yeah, you want to get your
Then when the
even.
checks started getting cut, he turned into who he became now.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? At first he was more like hey man, make that shit right. He was willing to go in there and fight with everybody, by the paperwork and attorneys
Nigga, we
to
was
make
supposed
it
to be on
right.
Death Row. When Death Row started off, and when he went up there in the movie, y'all see Suge doing all that shit with Eazy. He had just left the parking lot with us and told us, nigga, I'm finna go up here.
Yeah.
Y'all wanna get off? Y'all be like, hell yeah, nigga. And the coldest thing, I'm a grown ass man. That nigga went up there and did that shit. Then Eazy calls like, hey nigga, Suge just left. Y'all know something about this? We like, nope. No.
The crazy thing about that, what he talking about, the crazy thing about this is, Compton niggas, they own some, they own some other shit. I'm like, it's a blood nigga and a Crip nigga.
Right.
So Trip. So he like, okay, fuck that. So we all smash up the Death Row. Right, we go to Death Row, which at the time was it was actually Total Experience. I mean, not Total Experience. It actually was the Dick Griffey Studios, right?
Solar Records.
Yeah, Solar Records. So we go up there. So Eazy come up there. He said, look. He said, I'm gonna tell y'all something straight up. He said, I'm gonna tell y'all something straight up, cuz. He said, look, y'all can Doc, you can leave. You remember this shit?
Nigga.
Doc, you can leave. Miss LA, you can leave. He said, Dr. Dre, you can leave. He said, but I'm keeping the butter law.
And cocaine.
They my franchise. He said, so y'all can get lost, and walked out that bitch. The next day, this was the Friday.
Right.
Matter of fact, it was a Saturday. I remember it was a Saturday. The next day, Ruthless Records called us up to the label on a Sunday and said, check this out. They laid out all the paperwork. They said, look, y'all only made one record for us. We like, okay, what the fuck you talking about? Y'all can't make that move with Death Row if y'all gonna make that move, because we'll just block your whole career. So we like, and that's when they renegotiated our shit, and we got on point. So we look at it like this: we came up. It was like a football player or a basketball player bidding against two franchises.
Right.
You know what I mean? Y'all can leave and not have nothing, or y'all can stay here and just run the whole show.
Wow.
So we stayed at Ruthless and just ran the whole get. Now that's when I became Eazy-E's liaison. That's when I became the head chair in the producer seat. That's when Above the Law got the real ride. Right. That's when Above the Law and Cocaine got the real run. Right. With Eazy. So because without NWA, like we don't, no disrespect, man, but we kind of was in the shadows of them a lot because of the way the label was being done. You know what I mean? Like when we would have been an asset. We would have really been an asset to Death Row, majorly. It would have killed Eazy's label. Man. If Above the Law and Cocaine left, it would have killed this label.
Oh wow!
Trust me.
I just wanted to know, like, as far as with Suge Knight, would you have called him like a savior for artists?
Yeah, but see, I'm gonna tell you something funny that people don't know about us. Now, when we made that decision, we called Suge, and remember this one? We called him up to the edge, right?
Mark.
And at the time, we had Snoop, we had Warren G, we had all them in our thing. So we said, look, check us out. We staying with Eric. So what you saying, bro? What you saying? We saying it like this, homie. We homies, but we gonna have to decline on that Death Row shit. Oh, okay, it's like that. I understand. And he just rolled on. And that's when kind of like for us, because Doc at the time, he didn't get his voice back. At the time, Miss LA was between one record, and we didn't really know. We just was looking at it like, well, this is how we made it, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like we hustlers, homie. We going with what we know that's good for the Above the Law franchise.
I know I can go get 100 keys from this nigga.
I
don't know what you got, shit.
Right, exactly. Right. That's how it was for us.
I can go get him. I'm coming back.
So for us, and we at the prime of what we doing. We had just came out we had 2 number ones. So we had just came off of that at Ruthless. We didn't want to rebuild nothing. We didn't want to help you rebuild. See, the good thing about what people be talking about history. They talking about, oh yeah, Death Row did this, Death Row did that. But check this out. What if it failed?
Right.
So you gotta look at your life like that. You gotta realize it's 1990. It's late 1990.
Right.
Ain't a lot of shit going on. It's 91 coming. So we like, man, shit, we gotta keep this party going. Mm-hmm. We making legitimate money like we was making dope money. So we looked at it like that, homie. So when you talk about the question about was he that? Yeah, he was that, a savior in a sense, because at the time he was managing Jodeci. He was managing Mary J. Blige, but at the time. But what he was doing was correct. Exactly what I'm telling you. Right. He was exposing them to that. Now y'all balling in the music industry, you should be getting more. Because he came from, I think cats that come from like sports,
right? They
know when you got the stats, you should be getting paid more.
Indeed.
Right. We wasn't looking at it like that. We was looking at eating big steaks at the Watergate, homie. It's cool. It's cool. But playing when we first started doing concerts, we was playing arenas, homie.
Man.
And we was just in a dope spot 8 months ago. We started off in arenas.
Right.
We didn't do no clubs, homie. Real bone to bone, homie. We didn't do no club. Our first show we ever had, we headlined.
Wow.
The first official Above the Law show we had, it was the headliners. We had opened for NWA and Eazy and all that shit in the arenas.
So he felt like you should be getting that headline bread.
That's right. So he was like, y'all already did that part. And he was doing that to a lot of different artists, showing them like, look, y'all supposed to be getting paid more. Right. That's really what shook. Yeah, I don't know where it went so crazy for him. I think he saw some crazy money.
Bread? Yeah, just the bread.
He saw some crazy money at Death Row, because at one time we would look up and they was worth like what, 400 million or something.
Yeah,
that's crazy money.
Well, at one point you was running Death Row Records.
Yeah.
Talk about that. How did that come?
Well, that came because me and Suge old friends. Suge used to, Suge was a partner back then, and he when he went down, he was like, he need a mind behind all the stuff he got going over there. He had a lot of administrative people over there, but not creative. So he knew what I did when Dre left and with Ruthless. So he said, just come over here and do that for me while I'm locked up. So I just came up there and helped him develop artists like I did when he left. When Dre left Ruthless, I just did the same thing at Death Row when Dre left. You know what I mean? I was helping develop Crooked Eye, Lisa Left Eye. It was a bunch of other groups that was developing.
Nina.
Yeah, Nina.
Nina Slug or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Was you part of that reality show, that Death Row reality show?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't. Yeah.
I was going to ask, dealing with Suge Knight.
And then we did the last Tupac album, which was Until the End of Time, which was his biggest album. Cam G is on that record with Tupac, and then I music supervised it and produced like 4-5 songs on that album. So it was great for me to go help him because I was able to do records for Pac and protect his legacy. And Edie and Pac's mom, rest in peace, they wanted me on a project because they knew me and him was friends. So it kind of made sense, So so at that point, I think that not that Death Row was like out of the play. I think what Suge still was being Suge, and I'm just being honest. We brothers. He needed somebody to kind of balance his label at the time.
Right.
Because a lot of people didn't sit right with Suge and Dre's relationship at that point.
And that's the question I was going to ask. How did the dissing when Snoop and Suge was at odds, how did that affect your relationship with them?
It didn't, because, one thing about us as bros, like, we understand, like, I'm going to work for Death Row because I was the vice president at the time. I wasn't trying to shortchange nobody. I wasn't trying to get into the funk. And then one thing I can say about Suge never said, get into the funk. He kind of said, I got a problem with Dre. Not you. I got a problem with Snoop. Not you. So just come do come do your work and just, keep it humble. Keep that shit bone to bone about it. So that's, I talked to Dre yesterday. So he talked to Snoop all the time. You know what I mean? So we always talk to them because we come up from really, really just being cool with each other. We never funked like on the surface. Like everything that we was involved in was, even when you say the Death Row Ruthless, that was really Eric and Dre's problem.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even when you say Dre and Suge's problem, that really was Aftermath Death Row. That really was Suge and Dre's problem.
Right.
You know what I mean? It never was the cliques or all the underlings,
Right.
Pac used to tell me when he went there, he said, man, I'm over here. He was like, but ain't nobody ever gonna disrespect Death Row. It's a funny story I'll tell you. They did a Soul Train, I think it was a BET or Soul Train party, and me and Kev went to it. Do you know when we came to that Death Row party and they knew we was there, them motherfuckers came out, all them B-Dog niggas, all them Crip niggas, everybody at Death Row, them dudes had a Bud of Laws and they partied that fucking crowd like the Red Sea, homie. Yeah. And we walked in royal, homie. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They, like, we ain't never got no problem with ATL. We ain't never got no problem with a Bud of Law. We don't care if y'all still fuck with this or fuck with. And that's at the time when we was, you know, that's after Eric died and we was like doing our own thing. You know what I mean? And so when you say that, it's never been no division for us as the above the law chord. Yeah. You know, we always stayed above the law. We never been clicked up because these are my brothers. Right. So we don't play that.
You know, the nigga you've been knowing since the 6th grade.
Exactly. Yeah. We never been like the industry to us was like something for us to hustle. It's like work. It's like finding a bunch of birds, homie. Right. You know, that we know how to cook like up real good. You know, that's right. So for us, we didn't care about none of that shit. You know, we never cared about like having indifferences with niggas with their little bullshit because for us, it's just a hustle. You know?
No, that's what I was gonna ask too, because I was saying with Suge Knight being like the presser that he is, y'all never had. Like, go. You feel me? Like, no, that's what I'm saying. But you
don't know about a Bud of Law.
No.
He must don't know about a Bud of Law.
No, I'm not saying that. That's what I'm saying.
I'm being.
Why you think niggas give us so much respect?
Hold on. Yeah. I'm gonna take my glasses.
Nigga, we the pressers.
We the pressers.
Yeah, I heard that.
It ain't no group ever came along that pressed niggas harder than a Bud of Law, homie.
Yeah, I heard the fuck out.
You better be in the car with us. You better be in the car with us.
Cause no, you hear about it so much, but
man,
like
let me tell you something, man. We the only
homies
around us that rap, homie. We don't got a whole bunch of rap niggas. We the rap niggas. Everybody else around us is killers and dope dealers, homie.
And they first thing they say,
bone to bone, homie.
Cause I ain't no rapper. I be like, what y'all mean by that, nigga? Yeah. The homie's like, nigga, I ain't no rapper. I'm like, what the fuck? So,
nigga, I'm a gangster, homie, that know how to rap good. You know my motto. What's my motto always been? Go. I'm a gangster, nigga, that rap good, homie. That know music, nigga. I know how to play 3 different instruments, my nigga. I'm just a gangster, nigga, that know how to rap good, homie.
I'm just a hustler.
I'm a gangster nigga that know how to rap good. If the hustle is there, we'll hustle.
The bag over there.
So press.
Go over there with a bag.
He said
they used to call me the little tough nigga, man. That little tough nigga. Don't go over there talking to that little tough nigga, man. You know what I mean? Now press. Now you said the wrong words and me and go press. I'm just telling you, homie, press. Don't never say that unless you talking about basketball, homie.
Yeah, for real.
Straight up.
Don't say that, homie. No, we keeping it light. But look, no.
But I hear you though. I'm hearing
us being pressed, but if anything, he'll come get us to press some niggas. That's what Go trying to. He's trying to keep in Hollywood. If anything,
nigga,
Sugar come get us like we got to go press some niggas.
Bro, you got your shit.
Yeah, exactly. For real.
No, I know you got your shit. Me and Nike used to play this game.
Press.
Salute. Because you said the way that he changed, you know, money is everything. With him.
Well, he always was the same with the press.
So I just didn't know if any digits and money came involved or anything like that.
I never had a problem with Suge. I never had no argument with Suge. Never had no problem with Dre. None of that. I never had no argument with these niggas.
None of that.
That industry shit is
nothing.
Go
ahead, bro.
So I got a third question.
Go ahead.
You said he liked to play this game. What you say?
Me and Ease used to play this game with guns.
Oh, yeah, with guns.
So every time I see him, you know, I got a gun. He got a gun. He be like, go where your gun at? I'm like, damn, I got, you know, this nigga, he would always pull out a gun. So one time, I'm at this house in Norwalk, and I like, where your gun at? He like, oh, hold on. And then go in the room, come out with a motherfucking rocket launcher, right?
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
That's hilarious.
With an infrared on it, like anywhere I point, I'm like, nigga, I'm cool.
Do we have a problem? That nigga was like, Chucky, anywhere I pointed at, you're dead. Anywhere I pointed at.
So I got another question.
Go ahead.
This is a music nerd question. How did you find this G-Funk sound? Like, how did you stumble up on it? What was you trying to make and made that, or like, was that conscious?
Okay. Like from the sonic level, which I'm the sonic part of it. Like I'm the center of it. I'm the Yoda of it. But I started realizing like the way Kev and Go would write and me would write collectively. It was more suited like a more slower flow musically. Cause we study a lot of, like we would study a lot of Parliament. We would study a lot of Willie Hutch, Isaac Hayes, Ohio players, Curtis Mayfield. We would study like a lot of players, right? Collectively. So I said, okay. When we started working on certain projects, I was like, I said, let's do it different, because we were in like a boom bap era. Right. So kind of like we didn't want to be mirrored with NWA. Right. So I said, let me slow the beats down, y'all, and then y'all write something that sounds to this beat. So we would always come up with. It's kind of like saying like when you trying to do something where it's hardcore, but it's more like it's arrogant and it's like sarcastic.
Right.
So all of it is Goonie singing "fuck you," blah, 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 blah. And we go like that, and it would, and then when they were writing it, I would just, because I have to think like they're gonna write. I think for them first. Right. Sonically, I would think like, okay, the homies would say this, so it's the beat got a rope like this. Right. So I slowed it down, and then it all just made one piece. Right. Now, really, it just was being different, and then since we grew up when we grew up, it was always about the signature sound. The Isley sound like this. Can't sound like this. Everybody we can't. So we needed a signature sound. So that's why it's always melody, chords, like Warren say on the record. That's what it is. It's melody, chord. It's not necessary. It could be your strings. It could be a fucking Michael McDonald record, but it's G-Funk because hit the B-side, booty dee. Same thing we're doing. I'm not bragging, just another lagging. It's the same thing. It's just in a different key, in a different vein, but it's the same Goonie singing. Nate was a goon. Cocaine is a goon. Me and Kev was goons. I'm not bragging, just another lagging. You don't want to fuck with me. It's the same thing.
That's crazy.
And that's how it can be. People think it's a zap thing. It could be fucking a jazz record. But long as we coming on, and long as these cats are writing, long as it's like shit like that, it could be a Doors record. It could be any kind of record. Slow down.
They got that little
but with that goons on it, when them goons get on it, that's when it make it G-Funk.
Right. Wow. If it got the clink stuff, I call it the one.
Yeah, the one. So the goons is,
you know, saying like, ooh,
all these thing bitches, I don't have no time.
So you had the sound developed before you got the deal, or you developed it after you got the deal?
After we got the deal, because when we did Living Like Hustlers, it was more like, I don't want to say like y'all as comedians improv. Yeah. It was more because we was writing that from what we was going through at the moment. Right. Like everything was what we, like me and Kev wrote like murder rap like in high school. I wrote kicking lyrics. He wrote Ballin' and Flow On when they were in high school. Right. So we wrote all those records already. So when most of that record, it's only 3 records that we recorded that, because the demo was what, 7, 8 records. It was half done.
Like Hustle was just kicking lyrics.
Yeah, just kicking lyrics. Freedom of Speech. But when me and Law wrote Freedom of Speech in the last song. But Flow On, Ballin',
that shit was done.
Kicking lyrics, Minister Society, Untouchable, Murder Rap, Living Like Hustlers, all that shit was done. The whole record. So when we did when we started doing G-Funk was like our birth child. You know, It was a time that we could like really find our sound.
We knew we had something different too, because we like every time we been in the studio, when niggas come over this and shit, they be like, "Oh, y'all on some other shit." Damn.
Yeah, Dre would always tell us like, "Oh, y'all on some other shit with that. What y'all call it? Your G-Funk. Y'all on some other shit with that shit."
Best G-Funk song made by somebody who wasn't in Above the Law, like another producer.
That copied that shit.
I think to me, like
Battle Cat hard.
I would say We Can Freak It.
Battle Cat.
I would say We Can Freak It.
Why is Battle Cat so slept on?
To me, I would say We Can Freak It
because he's a West Coast.
And he adapted the G-Funk sound.
I'm gonna say
he didn't come out doing G-Funk. He adapted it as it blossomed.
I'm gonna say Stacey Adams by Snoop.
But that's late in the game.
That's Can't Cope.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's your boy.
But to me, my favorite one is probably Endo Smoke.
Slick.
That smoke is my favorite.
I didn't heard all
because that's Blowfly, and that's Blowfly. So that's Blowfly slowed down. That's Blowfly slowed down with him on top of it.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
So I done heard a lot of conspiracies about Mr. Grimm.
What about Grimm?
Yeah, that's
so.
I don't know Grim.
Mr. Grim.
Okay.
I haven't seen Grim for years. I ain't.
Okay, because look, I'm gonna be honest. That year that album came out, he was the hardest. He was the hardest.
he was
Grim was hard.
He was
But he
Warren was on
never.
that same song.
But look, he never went to that next level. He could have been a superstar, right?
Yeah, you like?
I heard rumors that because he was a regular square nigga,
he was a
that
square.
they started politicking on some, he not, and that's he got politicked out the way. Like he not a homie.
I mean, was he trying to come off like he was gangbanging?
No, but what I'm saying is because he was a regular square, they eras gangsters and motherfuckers.
Right. Yeah, you ain't
So
taking no squares.
Back then, squares was nigga. They didn't get no love. He was a buster.
I heard that's the same thing that happened.
on the West,
on the West
be
Coast.
like Will Smith or something.
Young
Be
MC.
cool, but
I thought that's the same thing that happened in special ed.
I heard that.
Young MC was a square.
I heard
He
that's
was.
That's why he didn't go that far.
Shit, Young MC.
So have you heard?
he got fucking a hell of a
Have you
record.
heard the Mr. Grimm album? I forget the name of it.
Yeah, I heard.
but I heard
dope album too. That album is dope. Yeah,
I haven't heard.
the album is cold.
But I heard about something similar to Warren. I was listening to a Reggie White interview.
Oh yeah,
He was talking about how when he went up to Death Row or something, they had took his chain or some shit like that.
Yeah.
He had to go back in.
Yeah.
So that's why I was kind of related to that Mr. Grimm.
But
story.
I think what happened was when why it kind of like Grimm got kind of backdoored is because when Endo Smoke blew up, Def Jam tried to make the play on that was Dr. Dre's brother, and they should invest in the Dr. Dre's brother.
I think saved Def Jam.
Yeah, he saved Def Jam. I think that record saved. That record turned Def Jam around, and then on with when he did the G-Funk era record, that really, they invested in the right guy.
How did being an executive change your outlook on music? Because
It didn't.
It didn't.
But go ahead. But I'll tell you, it didn't creatively, but it changed my outlook on how everything is monetized back then, like how you should navigate through it. But see, Easy had already laced us all up how to be an executive in the music industry.
Oh wow.
I was groomed to do that. Yeah. I was groomed to be an executive already because I already was handling everything for us within our organization. But I think when I went to Death Row, that's when I really got like real executive chops. Where Suge was telling me like, this is how you navigate through everything that's going on.
So as an executive, did you ever offer an artist a bad deal?
No.
That nigga stupid.
No. because I think that's a good thing from an artist. You always gonna be fair with the artist.
Because you're an artist.
You're an artist, yeah.
What's the worst deal? What's the worst deal you know of somebody getting?
Oh,
Don't have to name the names.
What is it? A Volkswagen? And my bad.
That nigga said a Volkswagen.
Volkswagen.
Oh shit.
Every deal when we came up was a bad deal.
Okay.
Because it's 1988, so everybody's getting bad.
Because when you
deals.
first, you get it
The
worse.
first deal to get it worse.
What was if you don't mind me asking, what was your first deal advance?
$1 million.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
You know you
That's
talking
dope.
to, nigga?
But what does that mean?
Right.
But he did say, they said in the beginning.
Between 4 niggas.
But look, but Mac, what does it mean though? Because when
You get 250, he get 250, and y'all niggas go. Y'all
Run to the hills.
so they give you a meal, but is that
It's
money
split
used
4
to work on
ways.
your album too?
You got to finish the record now.
that's
You
a
only
part
get
of
the
it.
part of it, but you got to finish the record. So you finish the record, then you get the rest. But yeah. For real. It's never, and that was a bad deal. You know?
Let me ask you.
How much you got?
That was
How
bad,
much
yeah.
bill? How much did y'all end up paying back?
Pay all that shit back.
Nigga. Hey, listen, we
But I mean,
have
how
a
many-
motto back then.
Hey, hold on.
Hey, you
Wait.
better get it up front.
Hold on. Hush.
Hey, what we
saying? How
used to
many
say,
units sold?
you better get it up front.
I'm getting 1,000.
Because that back end going to be terrible.
Hush. When we leave here, where we headed?
Shit, to the coin.
We gotta go meet the lawyers, nigga.
That's right, yeah. So,
Nigga.
like I said, you better
You
get it up
seen the
front.
building?
Yeah, you better get it up front. That's what we
God
learned.
damn it, get my money.
We learn early. You better get it up front.
Get it up front.
Because
Yeah.
you're going to be
Treat me like
fighting for the
animal.
back end.
Man.
Let me ask you
Half
something.
Eddie.
So like as an artist, if they get an advance, like wouldn't it be smart for an artist nowadays to like put that in like property or something? Like
Don't
Yeah.
give me nothing, nigga. I want half the company.
Yeah.
I want this,
But
that.
I think when you 18, 19 years old, and you get that kind of money.
Give me $250,000, man.
You talking about going to turn up? You ain't.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's like sophomore albums.
But
like
you
when
already
you
out
like
there,
that.
though.
Yeah.
See,
You think about property
money.
and shit after that second album. Like now, you trying to turn up, my nigga.
You spent $250 so quick because you used to having money on the street. So that $250 legal is like, damn.
Yeah, it's legal. Yeah,
it's legal. Oh, that's legal. $250. It ain't no.
Trust me, bro. You ain't talking about no property. You talking about it's the property you trying to hit. That old bitch that you couldn't fuck without it.
Right.
Straight up. Yeah.
So what would be a logical thing to say?
What's that?
Like if a youngster is coming out and whatever the case may be, what do you think he should do? Like
he shouldn't sign no record deal. I tell you that.
Know your worth, man. First of all, you
know your worth. You shouldn't.
Everything evolve around you.
What we learned early was that when people get mad about the small hats, you know, one thing about the small hats, they're gonna run it. They're gonna run their play. But one thing you got to know, like Go just said, you got to know your value because they're gonna play with you anyway.
Right.
But you got to know that they'll play you, but you rather play with them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So know your value. That's the first thing. Secondly, have as much control in it that you can have.
Right.
Don't never let them motherfuckers have a lot of your
on
control.
everything.
On everything. Yeah. Don't try to be a person that's like a part of the whole thing. Not just like a work for hire.
Right.
Because the small hats that play you like work for hire.
What?
Because they got the money. They got the bag. But see, without the creative part, and they know this, all you got to do is ask for it. It's not, they know this. It's not like, but once you sign off, then it's a deal.
Right.
So when we was always good for, nigga, we signed it. We like, nigga, but we signed it. So it's cool. Like, we agreed to do it. See, a lot of motherfuckers sign it and be like, well, that ain't what we, and ain't a bitch you meet on the side street, homie. It's like, you signed it, homie.
Right, already.
So know your value up front, like Go saying, like we always practice that low. Look, know your value. Because the small hats, they know how far they can take it with you. And once you get to that point and you check them on it, they're going to pull back. They're going to try everything.
Okay.
You know? And that's the thing about it. I don't like when cats start crying about shit they signed and that they knew that they could have asked for when they got to the table.
Were a lot of artists buying their own records back then to get better deals? Or is that some just mythology?
Well, say it again.
Like buying their own records. Like I heard Master P had a record shop in the Bay.
Right.
And he was buying his own shit.
Well, that's the scan game. That's when the scan game took off. What cats would do, the sound scan game, what they would do, they'll buy their shit and scan them. and get the sales. Like it's more like a fandom thing. You know, it ain't more like a money thing. It's more like to make your shit look like, oh, we went platinum.
You sold 480,000. You need 20,000 to go.
Exactly.
Nigga buy the
so you buy the 20,000 and scan them.
Oh wow.
Like that. Yeah.
Oh shit, that's easy money.
That's when the scan game came.
Plus the money comes back.
It's like the award shows. Like back then, what people
right
don't know, all of us paid for those award shows.
What you mean?
Yeah.
You had to pay to be there?
Yeah. You pay for the position. Yeah, it's like a
pay for the award?
advertisement. Y'all, is everybody?
I mean, you giving out game that motherfuckers that really don't know.
I never been to award.
My bad.
Sorry. You got to understand something. A lot of these cats that's out here right now,
they paying.
They really honestly don't know, and they go through a lot of bullshit, wasting money or what have you with these companies.
Yeah.
So you giving them game that really honestly that they can use to help further their own
because you gotta understand, y'all gotta understand that everything in here is smoke and mirrors.
You dig?
It's all, you know, here's a concept. Here's a concept, just a little lace y'all chucks up real tough. If you get everybody from your neighborhood to come somewhere and hold big ass signs and say you the best motherfucker, you know what that's gonna do to your credibility? To the outside looking in, well, they got companies that do that for people. When you used to see them big bands at an airport, they will go to a company and have all the, I love the Beatles. That's what that is. Wow. That's called creating fandom. You can create your own fandom.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, that's some
nigga, I wish we had jewels on this motherfucker because we could say dropping gems.
So
let me ask you a question.
Award shows.
Yeah.
So artists are leveraging themselves differently now, right?
Right.
Like in this era, when people do deals, they'll leverage their streaming, they'll leverage what they've sold independently to get more bread. Mm-hmm. And y'all era, what did you have to leverage before you had a deal? It was just that you was dope.
You had to swap meets. You had to do the swap meets. You had to do high schools. You had to do colleges. You had to work the circuit.
Wait, you had high schools with your music?
You had to work the circuit. Yeah, you had to totally work them circuits.
You had to come to shit in your
swap meet. Yeah, you have to swap meet in high school and the colleges.
Right. Then you come shit in your state.
Yeah, that's it.
You got to be in the hood first.
Yeah, you got to be in the hood.
All the blocks.
Yeah.
So wait.
And that's going through the high schools. Once you got all the high school kids having that conversation.
That's what I'm saying.
With
the lyrics that y'all had high schools.
Yeah.
Nigga, we was
y'all do some gangster.
18, 19.
They was letting y'all do gangster songs, gangster rap.
No, you just have to go to the high schools and put your little mixtapes out to the high school people.
Okay, got you.
Like you had to be the talk of the hood. You had to be the conversation.
We not 21.
You had to go to house parties.
Going to the same spots.
You had to go to house parties.
I never even thought. I mean, that's crazy.
You got to go to house parties. You had to go to
truck
and you pull up in your shit and
in front of the house, in front of the high school, and bump the shit. Yeah,
with the twisters on and all gold ones and the swivel seats.
Okay, that's smart. Man,
that's the
smartest fuck.
Simple time, because if y'all pull up to the high school now,
nigga, you getting arrested.
But we
mind you, we was like 18, 19.
Right. Because niggas is hitting you with statutory like a motherfucker.
I just told you my 10th grade get down there.
Right, come on, y'all.
Bitch, you want to be in the video?
But no, but to answer your question, that's how you did it back in our era. It wasn't social media. It wasn't. It was house parties. It was high schools, colleges,
word of mouth,
and word of mouth.
Yeah. Why didn't Domino do better? I feel like he was a G-Funk nigga.
He was,
and he was one of the most talented.
And he's from the Long Beach.
That's the first rapping partner he ever rapped with was Domino.
Right.
That's the first.
To me, Domino should have been a super.
That's a talented motherfucker, by the way.
His song was crazy.
He was.
He's a talented motherfucker, though.
You heard Snoop say the first nigga he ever rapped with in the group was Domino.
Domino.
That would have been a cold group if they stuck together.
He's talented as fuck, though. I do a lot of shows with Domino. He's talented.
Man, I showed the other day, the one downtown with you.
That's funny.
Oh, that's crazy.
When y'all was talking about the circuit, he actually, I remember when I was like 6 years old, they gave the CD out to the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, that's dope. We had to do that. We had to do shit like that.
Domino.
Dog, I done played bar mitzvahs in that era, though.
Nigga, I remember before.
You was doing.
Yeah.
A card table.
You was doing G-Funk at bar mitzvah.
Hell yeah.
Nigga.
No, we played. Oh, tell them who birthday party we played. Dude from the kid from Married with Children.
Bud Bundy.
Bud Bundy. We did his birthday party.
No way.
David
Faustino. Number white kid.
Faustino.
Number white kid.
Never grew
and
full of white
inch.
They knew the words and shit?
Yeah.
This nigga
no, he's a rap head, bro.
He's
a rap head.
His name is Grandmaster D on the show.
He's a hip hop head.
He was crazy in them. Greg Bracken. I always see this nigga at all the shows. He be having a pill on his own.
Absolutely.
Did y'all ever see Pac with Madonna?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I was around that era. Yeah, I was around that era. Yeah.
What's most famous broad y'all smashed?
That nigga like, wait a minute, I'm going to keep that to myself.
When me and you go party, daddy. Fuck that.
I party with you all the time. Go with you.
No, you ain't never party. I mean, when me and you go party.
That nigga. Who is that nigga with her?
That nigga.
You ever work with any artists that weren't rappers, like rock and roll artists?
No, man, them people married, man. Them people got
Who's the dopest artist y'all work with that was a non-rapper, non-R&B person, just from a totally different genre?
Oh, shit. We work with George Duke and Stanley Clark. Jazz, yeah.
We was on Arsenio with them.
Yeah, jazz artists. Yeah,
we been on Arsenio twice, right?
Yeah, we did. We did a record called Hannibal with George Duke and Stanley Clark.
And Philip Bailey, nigga.
And Philip Bailey on the from Urban
Okay, wait. I need to know this. Has there anybody?
That was incredible too. By the way, Craig, that was incredible.
That was anybody that you ever kind of like. I know. You know what I'm saying. You don't get fanned by another person and be all like, you know what I'm saying. But who was a person that you just kind of like, damn.
Nigga, that was George. I just said George Duke, Stanley Clark, and Philip Bailey.
The only person I ever was like that with, and him and my dad and my uncle were good friends. I had an opportunity to study under Isaac Hayes.
Right.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, because I was doing a record. I was doing Above the Laws, our last record that we did with Tommy Boy, and me and him was gonna compose it together. That was like an honor for me, to not, and I was, and it's so cool because I'm like I pattern a lot of things that I do after my dad, my Uncle Willie Hutch, and Isaac Hayes. They're like my biggest influences, like for us composing music. Because when I was growing up, I'd study jazz, classical, just straight core and R&B from him, you know. So that was the biggest person I ever was able to work with. That's kind of like linked to my my bloodline basically in music. You know, other than that, George Clinton is George Clinton meeting Bootsy. Yeah, but they all, you know, they're all in the circle with my dad and my uncle, so it's kind of weird because they call me their nephew. But I didn't meet them till I was grown, you know. And, but when I met them kind of guys, like they were like, you know how people say you genetically like connected with people?
Yeah.
It was more like that, you know what I mean? But yeah, I've met all those dudes. And, you know, the funny thing about them is that they weren't even, I won't say people are regular, but I'm saying the way they like welcome me in, it seemed regular, you know?
Right.
Like it was like
I was in the county jail with Foster Silver.
You was in jail with who?
Foster Silver.
Foster Silver.
From the Silvers.
For the Silver.
From what?
Shit.
Yeah, and then they got a big ass silver natural and shit. You know, and then
Big ass silver.
And at night, you know how they do the prayer call? They do the prayer. Then he was singing to sleep. I said, this nigga still got it. We in the motherfucking jail. Niggas always ask me stupid shit. What you doing in jail? Nigga, what you doing in jail?
That Why you here, nigga? Fucked up like you.
Shit.
Did gang politics ever come into play in the industry for y'all?
Nah.
Because we hustlers, man.
Yeah,
we got.
hustlers.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I can't choose red or blue because I like green. So I gotta fuck with you and you.
Yeah.
Y'all just can't kill each other in front of my mama house, round the corner.
Right.
Get away from my auntie. I just off the block. Just don't do it because all them niggas gonna line up for me. They all lined up outside, wait for me to come out, wait for me to get it a fucking lunchtime or nutrition, whatever to come out. These grown ass men.
Right.
And so they all from different wherever.
And I think the era that we kind of like came up in, if you a hustler, you kind of like a diplomat. You know what I mean? Like he's saying, both sides fuck with you because
I'm not a delegate, nigga.
Yeah, exactly. Huh? Yeah, you know how to delegate. Yeah,
I know how to get out there like that.
exactly. Yeah, you more a diplomat. You know, when you own that hustler shit, when you got the bag, as motherfuckers say now, but when you got the sack, like we can say, you kind of can navigate through anybody's hood.
Right.
You know, and everybody know above the law for being that on some real. Well, when I say a gangster, I'm not a gangbanger. I'm a gangster. I'm like Al Capone.
Right.
Like I'm a gangster. I fuck with everybody who about the money and the grind and the hustle and the struggle.
Like I don't have a hate for you for your color.
Yeah,
I have a
because it's really about we all out
here. I will sleep up
here.
under your car, nigga. I will sleep up under your car. That bomb, nigga.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for us, no, because we own that part of it. We on the organized. We want a more organized part.
You broke my heart, Fredo. We on some real.
Right.
Most money you ever gave a prostitute in one
I can't buy no pussy. My dick won't get hard. I tried, man. But I tried, and it's like, damn, it won't work. In my mind.
But let me speak.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me land. No,
I can't. I tried. I'm gonna keep 1,000. My shit won't get hard. I was like,
I bought a bitch some Jordans before. It was hard for me. I'm kind of tight.
He said, I'm kind of tight.
I'm kind of tight. I don't believe in playing pussy. So
that's what I'm saying. Because I'm from the school. And it's like
dinner because the dinners is gonna be big and it's gonna be big fun. So
you should want to fuck with me. Purr.
There you go.
Right.
I'm him. Right. I am him.
What's the side? Because I'm the same way, but it's the psychology behind that.
Amen.
What's the psychology? Why? If a dude is watching, what makes you most solid if you're not buying pussy?
It's a mental thing with me.
Yeah, for real.
I gotta be able to wake up and say, hey nigga, I'm the one nigga that ain't bought no. We done went over there, cool, boom, bam. Y'all know I can't get out. Like my dick won't work. My mind is functioning like that. Now that you ask the question, says you done bought pussy. What is the biggest smart you get on pussy?
I never bought no pussy.
Bastard.
I think once you had the mentality that bitches choose, you don't have no problem. A broad told me that. They was like, bitches choose, so I don't really think you need to. When you offer up, they going to take it like the app. You know what I mean?
So if you've been fly, if you've been the fly, I'm going to say it like this. If you've been fly since elementary.
Yeah, for real.
You know you that nigga. Like you best dressed 9th grade.
Never had.
You ain't paying
You best dressed 12th grade. Captain of football
and bag something
and
good.
you only run the one. You ain't never run no 2, 3, 4. You know you just that nigga, right? Then the other shit happened. Why is you paying for pussy?
Yeah, you don't.
Motherfuckers want to be seen.
You already been getting chose. You know when you been getting chose, it's gonna be hard for you to pay for some pussy.
Right.
That always came easy. That ain't,
Remember the first groupie that you got from doing this shit? We like, damn, this bitch is on me just because I'm a rapper. This is crazy.
I mean,
I could say this. Let me just get it started.
That nigga was about to go in.
Remember, I'm gonna say this allegedly. Girl flew from Seattle.
Allegedly.
She flew from Seattle and out here. The same chick that remember me and KMG left the house and we told y'all we was going somewhere and we went to the house.
Y'all was going to sign some paperwork.
Yeah, y'all came to the house. We had you're like y'all niggas said y'all was going to the girl. But she flew from another state out here.
Right.
And I took her to see Pac because let me just get a story. I'm gonna say
yeah, that nigga bagged her.
All right. Mo Preem, Pac, they in a room in Beverly Hills. The movie Juice just dropped. And and Pac is just like they playing Aaron Hall. Don't be afraid, man. That's all they playing. That song in the room. I walk in the room. It is 9 breezes. 3 from Westwood, 3 from LA, 3 from Compton. Pac done hit 3 of them. 3 baddest one out of the clique. Yeah. And Mo Primo sitting over there and he ain't fuck nothing. So I'm like, damn, Mo. You know, because Pac don't know the game. You know, you can make him fuck you before they fuck your brother. You know, he's the man. He don't know the game yet. Yeah. So Mo Preem like, yeah, man. And I was like, damn, you sit over there? I said, I got a bitch in there. She bad. No, this motherfucker flew out from Seattle. Yeah. Green Reezy D. He's like, go get her. I'm like, all right, so when I go Pac, I'm finna buy some more weed and get these people out of here. Boom. So I drive, me and AKE, drive all the way to motherfucking Vermont and get the chick. Okay. And we tell her, you want to meet Bishop? I fucked up by telling her, call her Bishop.
Now, she's license on.
Yeah, she said, oh, Phil from the movie Juice? Yeah, okay. So we go back down there. Her daddy sent on the force like, you big old black nigga. Like, I should kill you, dude. I know I was young. I know what you niggas finna do. He just like a mama.
Run through your nose.
Just like a mama. He looking like, you back just up. Like a big black nigga. Anyway, choo. He laughing and smiling at me. I'm laughing like,
it's all good.
Yeah.
You know what that girl now? Do my thing. She's a big girl now.
Yeah, so we get to the room and they still in there. And I say, Pac, what's going on? He's like, man, they won't leave. I said, can I put them out? He's like, yeah. I said, okay. I cut on all the light. I said, showtime at the Apollo. And all y'all stand on the stage. I get off. They're like, oh, y'all for the fuck her? I was like, yeah. Okay, so now they walking out. Motherfuckers giving me their number, like call me. Like I'm pretty now. You know what I'm saying?
He said I'm pretty.
I come back with Rihanna mixed with Beyonce. I come back with this bad motherfucker, and they like, damn, you got her? Like, yeah, damn, bitch, you damn right. So they leave, and one girl sitting outside the room. She crying, and I'm like, what's going on? She like, she left her keys to her friend. This is what her friend said. She left her keys in the bathroom. I said, okay, you come in and get them because she crying. She can't come in there. And then she come in, the first thing she do is get Pac her number and walk out. She ain't got no keys, no bathroom. The friend give Pac her number and go out there, pick her friend up that's crying, and they leave. And I'm like, shit, niggas. I cut the get down on, and I had a pack of rubbers. I had 3. So it's me, E, Mo, and Pac. Right. I give E one, I give Pac one. And I keep one.
That's what Mo want to go raw.
Yeah, see, that's how I keep one.
I know the story now because
Mo Kraig like, go, I'm out from Oakland, man. Yeah. You ain't gonna keep your boy raw. I'm like, man, because I got a flat tire now. I'm like, I done fucking 10 times. My shit ain't working. Right. I'm cool. I'm walking around with slingshot and boxes on and smoking. They playing. All I remember is Now I Lay Me. They keep playing Aaron Hall. They playing the whole soundtrack to you. And now Pac and E getting down on the bed and Pac says, E was getting some.
Right.
He said, hey, man. Hey, Pac, he was going,
Don't say that.
Yeah, so I ain't got a lie in there.
Yeah, no doubt. So I know the story, but
so he was making noise. Pac said, hey, man, what's your name? E? Hey, man, hey, don't be making them noise, man. That's all.
Don't say that.
So I go, ain't nothing going down, man. Pac, whatever they get, they still Mo Preem. We in the bathroom, we talking next thing. No, I just hear Mo Preem on the bed, just back. I said, what the fuck? Mo ain't got no rubber. Pac like, man, he a thrill seeker, man.
He a thrill seeker.
Bad. I'm like, God.
Allegedly, they say y'all had to pull her up off of that.
Yeah, because
say y'all had to let him know, like, this ain't cool.
Yeah, man.
That ain't cool. I heard y'all had already ran through her because I know the story. I know he tell me the story. Yeah. He like, yeah, we already ran through it. And we had to pull Mo off the bra because he didn't have no rubber. He didn't have no hat.
Wow.
They already had their way all kind of ways.
And then on the way home in the car, she like, I'm like, what? Pull off, get some more rubber.
Yeah, you know, the story in, it's funny, we talk about groupies, Kraig. The story in Straight Outta Compton where the nigga's looking for his wife.
Yeah.
That's regular.
That used to be
regular.
That shit happened
in his room.
Wow.
Yeah, it happened in his room.
After the fucking
concert.
Go to my room.
Yeah.
Go find.
They in a party room. Him and KFG.
Go find my room.
Party room.
And it's cracking.
They popping.
It's we have
they whole
cover
shit
parties.
is the motherfucker.
We having Mardi Gras night. We having the wildest shit in our room.
If you tired on tour, don't go to him and KFG.
Go to my room. It's cracking.
It's popping. They go be like, you gonna stay with me tonight? I said, hell no. Nigga. I just rapped 45 minutes, nigga. I'm gonna get some boop boop and I'm going to sleep, nigga.
It's cracking in my room.
Because in my room, nigga, a groupie is gonna get two things: nut bust in her and kicked out.
I got a plethora of everything in my room.
Go down to them niggas' room because you can get all the stragglers. You can get all that down there, nigga.
Hey, but look, I got all sizes, all colors in my room.
Yeah,
easy. All them niggas used to do. Come down to my room. Look for go. Oh, that's the one. That scene in that movie. Oh boy.
Yeah, not looking for his wife. That's
like, my room. That's
every night. That used to be every night.
But oh boy poured beer on this girl. Remember?
Yeah, when she came in the lobby. Yeah. Remember? Because Easy was in the bathroom with.
Because she went back from the room. She called back from the room. I said, you want to look in the room? I let him look in the room.
Yeah, he looked all in the room.
Man, my girl, man, they say she
was in the bathroom in the shower.
Oh, wow.
Hiding in that motherfucker.
He just opened up the door and looked in the bathroom, but they was in the shower.
Right.
And then came back.
I got another question. When did the weed change? Was it always as strong as it is now?
The weed?
I remember y'all was smoking bullshit in the 80s and early 90s.
No, we were smoking. We're smoking.
It was some good Thai.
Yeah, and the good Thai. I didn't get to smoke no bullshit because I come from the right when it started kicking in the 80s because I'm smoking
turning into chronic.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So 7th grade, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I think it was blowing.
Yeah.
I've been blowing.
We was
40 years.
They was smoking chronic back in the
chronic
80s.
Started hitting.
Go them was smoking chronic. They all them because I ain't no weed smoker, but this nigga would come pick me up from Pomona.
But that Thai bud was cold.
Smoke something, nigga. He'll smoke something. I'll be like, nigga, this don't seem like regular.
I get this nigga high, but I just left the windows high box.
You can't go with me. He like, you can't ride with me unless you gonna get high. Like, dog, don't smoke. Nigga smoke so much motherfucking weed.
You know how stupid I was when I was young? I took weed to London. You don't take no weed through customs, nigga.
Right. But you got it there.
But guess what?
You got it through?
It's yeah, he got it through because he got the fall guy. I'm the fall guy, the little tough black ass nigga. I'm getting held up in customs. And they just let these niggas through with all the weed and everything. I ain't got shit. I don't even smoke weed, Kraig.
Come here, body cap.
They're like, oh, come here, little black ass nigga. This nigga got some dark glasses on with a khaki suit on. This nigga got some dark glasses on with a khaki suit. We know about this. We seen you at Saturday Day. We seen you Hunter on the cover, nigga. Get over there, nigga. Spread eagle, nigga. What you got, nigga?
Like,
what you bringing over here? You got guns? You got guns? Who your mama? Where your mama at? What's her name? I'm like, nigga. And them niggas is straight going by customs with all the weed and everything.
I smoked that shit up in one night, had like a half ounce something, and then we make the promoters was Jamaican.
Yeah.
First time I smoked hash.
Yeah, boy, black hash.
They was just giving us hash, and niggas was like, man. That shit was so lovely.
I think weed got crazy when they could put in weed whatever they wanted to. They could roll it.
OGs made them.
When they started just making the shit turbocharged. Yeah. You know, the regular weed, the real good weed just got turbocharged.
Colombian gold.
Yeah, they just started flipping that.
Maui Wowie.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody hits you and was like, man, I'm thinking about messing with shrooms, what would you tell them?
No.
Don't do no shrooms. Unless you got something for me. You better have
motherfuckers be going.
I am the shroom god. This nigga tell you right now, when we do our show, they banned me from doing shrooms on the show. They like
banned him, nigga. That nigga turned into Billy D. Who is this nigga? Yeah, Jack. Real groovy, baby. I'm nigga Don Cornelius ass nigga. Nigga. I turned into Billy D. Williams, nigga. Yeah, Jack, yeah, baby. It's real groovy. Yeah. I nigga turned a late night DJ, nigga.
I just check out the scene, man. You know, shit gets real visual. You know what I'm saying? It's a visual.
Nigga turned into a late night DJ on a nigga.
I love this shit.
But everybody seem to be up on shrooms. Like the last couple of years, you're hearing about people microdosing, you know, doctors, lawyers, real smart people like yourself. What is it about? What does it do for you?
It tapped into another side of thinking that you ain't had. There ain't nobody using their third eye and they medulla, all that old bullshit.
Market bar and shit.
Niggas
medulla alligator.
What's that other shit? Niggas
sound like
doing?
A fat bitch when he said.
I watched it.
His bitch name Medulla.
See?
Go ahead.
She's fat, but she got a big booty. Huh?
Medulla.
All this coming from a nigga that played naked basketball.
I saw that nigga said naked basketball.
Nigga said he only got on the team to box out.
He said he didn't stay in Jamie's house.
He was on that little island with them boys. He was on that little island boy.
I left. I was the coach.
Island boy.
When they got naked, I said I would be the coach.
That ain't how you hold the ball, Kraig. Hold on.
Which ball?
Hey, do you get participation trophies for being in naked basketball?
Ooh. Shit, I hope you.
Do they give out participation
Best dressed.
No, but for real though, what are the benefits? Because I hear everybody talking highly about it. You're somebody I trust your word.
Myself, I like to sit down and be in a cool environment. I don't want to be nowhere I can't control because I ain't never had no bad trip, but I have seen some shit that I wish I wouldn't have saw. I have did some shit. And niggas do that ayahuasca. That's some other shit.
Oh yeah.
Is that the African
Oh yeah. I be hearing Tyson
like the tote.
And I might do a gram, maybe a gram and a half. You can't give me no. I be seeing Tyson grab a handful of them motherfuckers and like.
Oh, the shrooms, yeah.
I'm like, this nigga Tyson a gangster.
He eat that shit like popcorn.
Man. Dry too, no water, nothing.
No water.
Kraig?
What you say, Sarah?
Actually, just shout out to the over 25,000 that's watching us on caffeine right now.
Oh, shout out to those out there, man. Love and respect.
Shout out.
We live on caffeine, and then we also live on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
So if you're not on my caffeine, check it out. Who do y'all think besides you guys? Who's the in NWA? Who do you guys think is the dopest group of y'all era that y'all would
That's too hard to say.
East Coast. Let's go East Coast.
Okay.
That's too hard to say. Let me get another shot, man. This nigga.
That's
Look,
PE
that
for
nigga
me.
said,
Public enemy.
we gonna talk about
Public
this.
enemy.
Give me
Like
another
in my
shot.
era, like out
give
of
me no
my
more
era
after
would
this.
be Run DMC.
Run DMC.
But in my
That's
era
one
that
stuff.
made
That's
records, in my era with that our colleagues,
Yeah.
it would probably be between EPMD and
Of course.
Okay.
in our era, like that. I mean, in that realm. But if you say because we start, those guys are older than us. But if we start talking about on the East Coast when we were making records, I would probably say that you are the dopest on the East from the
Can't
East
do it.
perspective.
I can't do it.
That's hard, bro. That's kind of hard
Because before you, because
all those groups I'm naming are before us.
right.
Because NWA is before us. But if you say our colleagues, I mean, I'm trying to think. In our era, East Coast.
Motherfucker shaking his head.
Wu-Tang, I think Wu-Tang.
Nigga, I used to love Poe Righteous Teachers.
But that's kind of, but
I used to love X-Clan.
yeah, he said, X-Clan was dope, yeah.
I used to
X-Clan was
love
for my era.
EPMD.
But they're before us.
EPMD.
EPMD's before
Eric
us.
B. and Rakim.
They're all before us.
What I'm saying is, nigga, I'm Busy B.
They're all before us.
right.
The fuck?
He said in our era, he's talking about
right,
people
so-
before us.
All right, but it's still, I'm just saying, I can't do that because shit, Poe Righteous Teachers our era. We used to watch them niggas before. De
You
La
just
Soul.
said one for my era. I'll say Tribe.
Drive. Okay. Yeah.
Nigga, you can
Tribe.
say Jungle Bros. Jungle Brothers. Them niggas was hard as a mother.
Yeah, Jungle Brothers before they made records before us.
Because of y'all,
Brand Nubians, yeah.
because of y'all, the West Coast has a sound that distinguishes us from them.
Right.
All the records, you couldn't tell if the nigga was from L.A. or motherfucking
Right.
New York at one point in hip hop.
True. That's
Were
true.
you guys conscious of establishing a difference in that, or it just happened?
Identity.
Okay.
We just didn't want to sound like nobody.
Well, I think back then you had to be different and to have an identity. Now, to exist, you have to sound like the trend.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like back then, the trend was to be different. Like if you sound like another group, you would never make it. If we sound like NWA sonically, we would never make it.
Right.
If we sound like Poor Righteous Teachers, we would never make it. We sound like Brand Nubians, we wouldn't make it. We sound like De La, we wouldn't make it. We sound like Tribe, we wouldn't make it. That's why all of us are different. Leaders of the new school, they're from our era. If we sound, it's a lot of groups from that era, East and West Coast, but we're like one of the premier groups off the West that held our shit, our space in that era.
Right.
You know, before all the other stuff took off. But no, you had to be different. It was about the only way you got on from our era was to be different.
Right. Why didn't you sign Sugar Free?
Oh, because it's a different, it's a different time frame, and we weren't introduced to Sugar Free the music because when we first had started reigning, Sugar Free was in prison.
Right.
And when he got out, he hooked up with Tony Lang and he hooked up with Quick. So he never even crossed because me, Free, and Cocaine, we all from the same neighborhood in Pomona.
Town.
Yeah, we all from the same city. So, but when he came home, he hooked up with them. We had already were established. I wish I would have heard his demo, but I didn't. So a bunch of homies from the neighborhood did, but I never heard his demo. So
right.
Yeah, it would have probably been different.
Hey, you know? when I talked to Sugar about Gary Holt, he said that nigga.
Oh yeah, Gary Holt, the
nigga,
infamous bomb. He's a bum. He's a bum from our city.
But he's
famous.
He's a real
famous homeless
and
dude.
all that.
But he's a real P.
Sugar Free know the nigga name and everything. Like,
he should be a real P. Yeah.
I said, what? He said, nigga, that's my homie. I said, nah, Gary Holt. They call him Gary Holt because he stood on the corner of Gary and Holt.
And just
That's funny.
He just wild out.
Wow. That's not his name.
Wow. They gave that nigga a first and last name.
It's 2 streets.
I know, that's what I'm saying. They gave him a first and last name off of a
He's a
street.
famous bum. Like he's a famous street motherfucker.
But
back in the days, he was the guy.
Oh, he was a real P.
He was a real P back in the day.
Shout out to Sugar. Sugar know that nigga real name.
Yeah, he knows. I know his name, but I can't remember it off the rip. He know it off the
Now,
rip.
being that Holt is one of the most legendary strolls in the world.
In the world. Yep.
Did that affect your mentality, banging but being so close to the pimping? Do you think that made you a little different than somebody who?
Yeah, because we came up. See, it's either the time we came up in. It's 2 extremes. It was 3 really: gang banging, pimping, and hustling. We took the hustling route. You know what I mean? So you can easily choose, but you out there on the blade with the same thing. You out there getting work, you out there gang banging, and you out there pimping. So it's the same thing. All that culture is kind of the same. It's just what role do you play in that culture?
Right.
You know.
Right.
Yeah. So Pomona's big. That's one of the most legendary blades. It is.
Yeah.
You know?
Hutch, you had to get down. I have to come off the Holt. Off of Frisco. Ain't that off
exactly?
Holt?
That's the same neighborhood. That's right off the blade. That's right off.
That's Holt.
Yeah, that's the neighborhood we used to get down in. Right there off of that. That's the same area. What you're talking about.
Yeah. Wow.
That's between Gary Town where y'all are at. It's between Gary and
they
Town.
got a chicken spot out there called Donahue's.
But as you get down,
it's closed now.
No, it's over.
It's still open.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. We
You got to stop doing with the Vegas.
Hey man,
start a fight. Talking about Donahue's.
Hey man,
It's like saying Pioneer Club.
It's a massive sin.
Right.
Hey
We
man.
went to Pioneer the other
They
day.
got some Chinese people in there cooking that
Blasphemy.
cooking some
And it's
fire.
good. Blasphemy.
Them
It's been like that
biscuits.
forever. Them big old rolls.
Yeah.
That butter in it.
Rolls bigger than our head. And shit.
Niggas in here getting hungry.
You never had Donahue's?
Man,
Nah, I ain't never had
how
it.
come they ain't franchise that, man? Come on, man.
It's only 2.
Where's another one at?
Riverside. Yep.
Oh, I never go that
Yeah, I
far.
never knew.
And I found that on accident. Got lost.
May I ask a question?
Like,
May I
go
ask a
ahead.
question? Who do you think is the greatest songstress to a songs? What person has a melodic tone? Because I don't want to make it male or female to ever bless a hip hop track.
Oh shit! Damn. Bless the hip hop track that they sampled.
Hey, it is, it's your choice.
Nah, that blessed the sample.
Coca go
it's
hard,
different?
man. I gotta give it to our people. Cocaine go hard, man.
Yeah. I'll probably say that. I mean, I definitely would say
He got
that.
a song y'all never heard called Chicken Noodle Soup.
Yeah.
That motherfucker, that little green-eyed, light-skinned motherfucker.
So he should have did it before. What's Lil Mama?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
With the soda on the side.
I don't
With the soda on the
Call
side.
that it don't go
Foley
like
on
that.
the side.
Nah. You ever read that big chicken noodle
Yeah.
soup for the soul? You ever read
Yeah.
the book?
Oh yeah.
Chicken
So,
noodle soup for the soul.
It's along that.
Yeah, I would say cocaine. I mean, you know, it's only a handful of guys.
The homegirl Jewel, rest in peace.
And Jewel.
Oh, yeah.
And Jewel.
Jewel
probably,
go
yeah.
hard, man. That's my homie. I love you, Jewel.
It's
You
only
already know.
rest in peace, Jewel. But it's only a handful of people. It's only probably him, Jewel,
Nate Dogg.
That's probably
Hold
it.
up.
Yeah, not like really legacy. Like
Hey.
Niggas say that. Hey,
cocaine is cold.
as far as legacy, like far as the legacy of
My
hip-hop,
funnest
like,
moment of him is with that golf club.
Oh, see.
Oh, yeah.
That shit was cold blooded to see a singer nigga going gangster like
Nate
that.
Dogg.
No,
and
Nate
DJ
Dogg is
Gunn.
not a singer. He is a gangster that can sing.
Nigga robbed the Taco
I'm
Bell
just keeping
and
it real
shit.
with y'all. Y'all
would have been
Nah,
a dope.
no, nigga, I seen the golf club.
Yeah,
That would have been a dope group. Nate Dogg and
Jewel.
Cocaine.
and Jewel. Yeah,
Yeah, that would have been legend.
great.
That would have been cold.
it'd have been a new Shalimar.
Yeah, that would have been
Make that
cold.
move right
Did
now.
you? I know a lot of them cats came through you. The Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, all of them.
Did Nate Dogg
213
come
came through us.
So
Yeah, they came through our camp first. All of
So
them.
talk about how his talent
Yeah, 2 and 3 was
jumped
crazy.
off the charts to you. Like when you first came across, did you know he would be that dope? Or
Who, Nate?
Nate Dogg. Like,
Yeah.
what was y'all first impressions with him?
Nate sung on. Actually, he sung on Vocally Pimpin' with us. He sung on this record that we was doing backgrounds on. He came and sung on it. But you know, one thing I loved about Nate Dogg, he was super creative when I first met him.
Okay. In what way? Like how?
Like just how his vision was. Like he was like, this is a good idea. That like you just talk to him because I just talk music with cats.
Right.
You know, so when you talk music with Nate knew a lot about music, like heavy, music. Like far as where his progression was, you wouldn't tell that like he's a street dude.
Right.
You know, how his knowledge of music was. Like,
really? So he was really a student of it.
Yeah, he already was laced up like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it's funny because really he didn't really get on until they blew. But really he was like their dark horse. Really? He always was dope like that. Yeah, Nate always was dope like that. Wow. He always was really dope. When he first started coming around us, he was like, he would sing little stuff. I'd be like, yeah, that'd work, but we like right here with it. He's like, yeah, I understand. That's what he's saying. And I should be like, yeah, dude, got it. You know?
And we'd do our own.
He was crazy.
We would do our
Y'all
own
do
singing.
your own singing, huh?
Yeah, that's all us. All our stuff on this, all us.
Wow.
Look what that is calling.
Oh, wow. I feel, yeah.
So I would say like that made Nate. I knew Nate would be special like that, you know, just because of how he looked at the game, like creatively.
Right.
You know.
Wow.
Those dudes are really, you know, it's funny like when you see young dudes, like that's not like now, Kraig. It's more like now cats, they live off of like the hype of something.
Right.
Like then they kind of lived off the skill set, the talent.
Right.
You know what I mean? They really were hungry. Like when 213 came around, they were super hungry.
Okay.
You know? But it's funny because they really was selling Snoop. They really wasn't selling themselves. They really was like Snoop was the guy, you know, which he was.
Yeah.
Like if you sat in the room with Snoop, when I first met Snoop, he just probably freestyled like, I don't want to say 30 minutes. It was like a long ass time. Like, hey homie, shut the fuck up. He was that dope.
But the nigga
like,
was busting.
He was busting.
Yeah.
Not like that, not in a bad way, but and it's funny because when they see what you miss in the story about the demo, where they talk about the demo. When he heard the demo, Dre doubled back to me and he had a meeting with me. He said, hey man, I know you was fucking with that kid Snoop. I want to sign him. He said, what you think about him? I said, on some real shit, homie, that nigga can go.
Right.
Said, yeah, I thought so. I got the demo. I like it. I just want to hear from you to see if the nigga really can go because I know he was up under your wing over here. I said, yeah, dog, that dude. I don't want to, because we don't never put who next. See, all this new shit that niggas be talking about who next, we just say you got the potential on me. Right. We don't look at it like that. Because when the light come on, you could be, you know, it's a starter pistol, my nigga. You ain't shooting at nobody. It's a starter pistol. You know, it's over with. That's just, you know, but I said, dude can go. I would go with him.
I remember that song we had did on Snoop, and then we heard his first single. Like, hey, nigga, that shit sound like Spill.
Yeah, exactly. But I would go, you know, for real. Like that's one thing I did know. Like he was that guy for them. He was their franchise. You know, for them. Yeah, out of the pack, he was their franchise. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And Snoop always been cool.
Yeah, he always.
And we ain't never had no argument, no hard.
No. I wish we could have. I wish we could have kept Snoop. I wish we could have, but I'm glad where he landed. You know, I'm glad where he landed because that comes out of that's from our lineage. So we want everybody to. We champion niggas winning. We hustlers. We don't hate. We champion.
The way he told it about you on Big Boy the other day, he said he was like, all right, yeah, you dope nigga, but just go down and play that Genesis.
Yeah,
go downstairs play that Genesis.
Because you got to realize at the point that he's talking about, we off 2 number ones.
Right.
We working on our sophomore album, and we cooking.
Right.
Give it here. Get in the paint. Boom. Back up. Hook shot is right. Bang. Ooh, back up. Soft jump shot. You couldn't see me. You can talk that potential shit all you want to.
Yeah.
When we line up, you're gonna get. You better feel how you feel. Yeah. See, my voice is supposed to be on deep cover.
Right.
That's how impactful it was.
Wasn't they 7 on an undercover?
You know what I mean? So when they talking that, when I'm saying sit on the benches like Jordan tell you, hold up, homie, you really got. I ain't say you had that. You hook shot. Oh, right. Bring him around here. Go. Give me that ball. There you go. Get him. That's how I was.
Yeah.
That's how I was. I could tell you. Yeah, you rapping. Okay. You
only ran the 1, man.
Right.
Never ran the 2.
Exactly.
The 3, the 4. Only ran the 1, nigga.
That's what I'm saying. Man. Give me the ball, go.
Yeah.
Give me the ball, Rock. Give me the ball, go. Wop. That's how I was. I was like, okay. So when we telling you the weight, we got a plan for you. We're gonna work you in the rotation.
Right.
He was ready to be worked in the rotation when we say, because we was wrong. Our clique was like that. Like when he say.
Who'd he say he was behind?
Miss Kilo, Cocaine, and our second night. Like them niggas had lineup, nigga.
Yeah. And them people he talking about was killers.
And
they coming off hits.
Snoop said them niggas was like a mini Ruthless over there by themselves.
The people we talking about coming off hits.
We had a whole clique, man.
After that second number one, that's when y'all went in and renegotiated because of Suge?
Right, exactly.
Wow, okay. Yeah.
Well, that's because when the whole pack broke up, he had to renegotiate because we was the franchise.
Right.
We became the franchise at Ruthless. There was no more NWA. It was just him, Ren, and us.
Right.
Me and Yellow.
Cocaine.
And us and Cocaine. Cocaine is our entity. That's our entity.
But you know, you got to count him as a solo because today he got a check for that.
No doubt, no. But I'm saying it like that's the
I love
path.
how these niggas
was y'all there tonight? Was y'all there?
I love how y'all. You know what I'm saying? The way y'all come off with the history of everything. How y'all kind of be like, oh no, it was like this. Oh yeah, that's right.
40 years of this shit.
Yeah,
this shit, nigga.
No, that's family.
That shit wasn't yesterday. So I'm doing it the hybrid version. He doing it the more gas up version. I'm like,
that's
like, you know what I'm saying? But nah.
I only can tell what I know. I know I used to be in London and we was arguing with this one nigga and this nigga said something to me. I said, what nigga? When I get back, I'm gonna tell Suge what you said to me. And what that nigga say? That nigga. So we ride.
It's like that go.
It's like that. And that nigga said, hey, you ain't gonna really tell Suge what.
But no, he's right. What he's saying is that the franchise was those set of artists all the way up to Cocaine because it's before Bone, it's before. Right. So we became the franchise. You know, Above the Law Cocaine became the franchise at the label when Eazy-E and Ren.
Nigga, I used to ride the plane with Suge and Suge say, go. It's 3 seats, all right? Sit next to me, go. I'm like, why? Nigga, ain't nobody gonna sit between me and your big ass. It'll be me and Suge, right?
Right.
And then the white lady come up, she like, what time's the next flight? Cause she'll get off, then we just relax like this. And this is why I knew this nigga had mouthpiece. Every city we go to, he like, pick a girl, go.
Yeah.
I would pick a blonde, curly hair, cowboy, but whatever, just the total opposite of Suge. And we would go do sound check, and after sound check, he said, open up my door. That motherfucker be sitting on his bed.
Wow.
What the fuck did you? He just closed the door, laugh. I said, this nigga, after like about 5 times, I can't do this no more, man. This nigga.
right.
Mouthpiece.
With the ladies. Huh?
What about that time we was in Houston, and Suge was like, shut up, you motherfucker, shut up.
That's Dallas. Shh, be quiet.
Okay.
We can't tell that story on the show. Somebody might get indicted for that.
Y'all ever work with Scarface?
That's our guy, man.
Yeah. I worked with him when I was at Death Row. I worked when he did a record with us.
Hutch. Yeah. What about when we was on the road and we was arguing with him?
Yeah, that's how we met.
First day we met, we argued. We were gonna fight because
sound check. Because you and Chaos wouldn't let him use y'all shit. Like, we ain't nobody using our shit.
That
nigga.
No, we
unplugged the shit and took
and Ice-T like, hey man, calm down, man.
Niggas ain't using our shit, nigga. Fuck that
man.
shit.
You know how to work the DAT machine, go man. And then we had a fight on stage.
We was out with Ice-T that night.
We left Law in the middle of the street. That was the first time DOC drove since the accident.
Yeah.
Drove up, we was in the snow in Chicago. We lost standing in front of the club talking to a girl, and we got to do the walkthrough. You know, like you do the walkthrough for the bread. We do the walkthrough, and we finna leave. We know the hotel packed. And Law like stood in the middle of the street talking. I told Doc, you want to drive? He said, yeah. Said, no bullshit. That nigga hopped in the driver's seat. Remember he had the accident.
Yeah.
Is that when Doc was messing with Erykah Badu?
No, this was way before that. So this nigga shot down the street and jumped on the wrong side in the snow, and we stupid. We going, go. This nigga hitting coming off the ground, boom. Come all 4 tires coming off, we ride.
Oh, shit.
We get to the hotel, Doc like, I love you niggas.
We got to shout out Doc, man.
That's my guy. He got new documentary coming out.
Rappers ever lived, you know, man, to do one album that no one could do it better. Is one of the greatest albums in hip hop history, man. Like one of the greatest lyricists. You know, he's in my top 5. So
for sure. You know, and Ice Cube was in my top 5 too. Shit, dog.
So because Cube is a little homie.
Yeah, Cube is our age.
Same age.
He's our colleague.
Oh, okay.
He's a homie. Yeah.
Lyrical wise, because I know y'all top 3, top 5 rappers all time gonna be different than my list.
Okay.
Lyrical wise, who was y'all top 5?
Oh wait,
you go first, Hush.
Run, LL.
Run.
You know what I'm saying? Run
is the
LL.
shit.
No, because they clown me about saying Run DMC.
Them niggas is crazy. Man,
Rakim.
Run, LL, Rakim.
Okay, that's 3, right?
Yeah,
that's 3 East Coast niggas too.
Don't worry about it. Chuck D. I'm gonna give my fault, Chuck D.
Chuck D. Okay,
and I'm gonna say the DOC.
DOC. Wow.
Yeah, because for me, those are the most MCs that influence me making records. Because that's what my top 5 is. It ain't hype. It's about I took a piece from all of them and created Code 187, you know, and then Doc's my colleague, and I never witnessed no one, because I witnessed him doing, no one can do it better. Right. And I was a young dude coming up, even though we're all the same age, and he's from the same projects that I was born in. So I have big respect for him.
Fort Worth.
Yeah. Well, no, we from West Dallas. We from the West Dallas projects.
Look, he said, "Nigga, get it right."
Not like that.
My grandma from Fort Worth.
Yeah, we from West Dallas.
Is Fort Worth in West Dallas?
No, that's
different.
That's different.
Oh, look at that.
They like Inglewood and
she said,
so I have big respect for him. So when I'm
two
talking
different
about,
places.
I'm saying, Craig, when I'm talking about
like
my top five, it's something that means something personal.
No, definitely. I respect it.
Yeah.
All right, my top five is none of the niggas he said. First of all,
None of the niggas.
You got Ice motherfucking Cube.
Okay.
This nigga verse on the grand finale.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the picture of a nigga that's
You gotta tell me Ice Cube funky than the mother.
that nigga right there. Then I gotta go with Doc because that's my guy.
Yep.
But I'm gonna leave him alone.
I was on his
He
list
picked
though.
him.
She said
He
he was none of the
picked-
niggas.
so look,
See how I turned around.
Check this out.
Right.
But I said I'm gonna leave him alone because you picked him. But then I like Slick Rick.
Oh boy.
I like that. I like Rick.
Okay.
I like Rakim.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was on my list.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
He
Rakim.
was.
I'm
He
taking
did.
my-
That's the
hold on,
liquor
take them
you
off.
couldn't
He said none
hear.
of the niggas on the list.
Check it out.
See how motherfuckers.
Fuck it then.
That was the liquor you couldn't hear.
KRS-One
All right.
He's not on
wow,
my list.
yeah.
I love Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
and
it's not.
shit, nigga, I'm fucking with Dana Dane.
That's dope.
Come on.
Man.
I just did a show with him.
Nightmares,
a couple-
nigga.
Yeah.
Nightmares.
I like that. Notice he named two people on my list.
And look, check
Yeah,
this
he
out.
did. Yeah, he
When-
did.
One of my
did it
favorite
become-
niggas of all time is Busy B, nigga.
He's honest about that. That has been forever.
I love
And
me
we
some
love Busy B.
motherfucking Busy B, boy.
Okay.
Who's your favorite female?
What?
Oh look.
Oh, MC
I
Light.
knew.
Mine is MC
Chesky
Light.
ass.
He got
MC
personal-
Light.
He got some personal.
MC Light, highlight. I'm sorry. That's
Look,
it.
that
That's
nigga
my
want
friend.
her.
Highlight. I love Light.
I'm gonna say that girl. She still have a name. What's up, Star?
don't
They
tell that
get that
story.
song. What's up, Star?
What's up, sir?
It's my beat, Jazzy. It's my beat. That girl. Salt and Pepper go hard. They first album.
Pepper is called.
Oh, the five and girls, and you talking about just the one and girls?
No,
I
I
got a five.
Top five.
I got a
girl.
top five. Go ahead.
Oh, you got a whole five?
All right.
I got
top
a
five and girls.
So I say.
You got a top
What?
five girl.
I say.
I do.
What's the girl name?
Go ahead, yeah.
What's the one that sings It's My B name? Jazzy J.
Yeah.
Jazzy Joyce.
Jazzy
Okay.
Joyce.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard. Nigga, Roxanne, the first one.
Okay, Roxanne.
That little motherfucker would go hard.
Yeah, she was cold.
Shantae, yeah, okay. And then, I ain't gonna lie, I'm listening to motherfucking Angie B and them sequence, finesse, what's they shit
Yeah,
called?
finesse
Ring,
sequence.
ding, dong.
Angie Stone. Angie Stone.
That's Angie Stone.
Okay.
Angie Stone.
That's Angie Stone, the
B.
singer.
Angie B.
That's her rapping.
Yeah.
I know that on that. She the one
That's
that
No, wait.
That's the first one
Angie
she was in.
Stone.
Yeah,
Angie Stone is her first.
Chocolate ass
Yeah.
Angie Stone.
That's her.
That's
rap.
sequence.
Keep your head ringing.
Sequence.
Ding,
Yeah.
ding,
Heartbeat.
dong.
Gotta Google.
Oh shit.
That's her.
Oh yeah.
That's
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 cold.
And
Angie Stone.
then
What?
I used to like Sparky D.
Didn't know that.
Okay.
It's Sparky D.
Man, I ain't man. I
Yeah.
No
I can
ghetto
tell you
twins.
mine. I can
No
tell-
ghetto twins.
We know the Ghetto Twins perfect.
That's our people. They
Yes,
was our
come
people.
on.
They
know
was
them.
our label too. Though.
They don't know. They be hating on me up here, y'all.
We know them
Thank y'all.
personally.
Nah,
That's our family.
I
They
ain't
was
never.
on Ruthless. They was
You
on
ain't
Ruthless.
never in a
Lady of
conversation
So I'll give you mine.
in your life
got
brought
one
up
more.
some
I got
We got one more. Go
Sparky D.
ahead.
My one more would be. I'm not going to bullshit with y'all.
Go ahead.
Nigga, I used to like Foxy Brown the first
Come
album.
on.
Okay. She was hard.
His list gonna be all big rappers, big and small.
Miss
That
Melody.
nigga said.
So here's mine. Like I told
If I do a top five,
Here's mine.
if I do a top five girls, I would do Queen Latifah,
Okay.
the Brat.
Queen is
Okay.
hard.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Rage was
Lady,
cold.
Lady
Ain't
of
nobody
Rage.
gonna say
Exactly.
Rage.
That's exactly. That's what I said.
That's three.
Rage.
That's three.
I didn't
That's
get the album,
three.
though.
I would go with. I said the Brat already.
The Boss.
No. Foxy
Michelle.
Brown was cold. Foxy
that's
Brown
four.
was cold.
Lil Kim was hard too.
Now let him pick. Let him
It
pick.
was
No,
either
no,
or. It was either
yeah,
her or
yeah, yeah.
I-
He got
she was out there,
four.
too.
Shit.
That's four. I got
She
you.
ain't gonna put my girl up. See,
What? No.
You can't influence the list.
no, I'm not. I'm not.
Can't influence the list. Damn, I'm trying to really think because like a couple of women kind of stood out to me, but I would have to say I'm not gonna
Money
lie
Love.
to you. He said Money
Tina
Love.
Marie.
Money Love.
It's taking him a long time to answer.
Where
You see.
is-
Yeah, because
You
I
stuck
it's
on four or what?
hard.
It's not really that hard. Go.
I'm stuck on
It ain't
four.
that many.
Yeah, it's not that many.
She on ladies
It's
first.
not that many.
I have to say.
All right, Miss Melody, man. Carry one wife. Miss Melody.
Nah.
Bobby Brown. This
nigga said Bobby Brown. My fault. I say Lil Kim. I say
Lil Kim.
Lil Kim.
Lil Kim.
Finally, nigga.
Mine's is like Latifah, Lil Kim, and I'm like I said,
That's great.
salt,
Right.
and pepper.
No, I'm gonna say
And Pepper.
And the
So
five.
they four.
Hold on,
They're four
no,
together.
because they're a group.
Okay, four together.
And then Nicki Minaj.
I was gonna say Nicki, but I really got to
hard
give it
That's
to
my
Lil
five.
Kim
Because it's funny
Nicki.
because I'm gonna tell y'all about a story about Nicki Minaj, right? I used to be looking at this chick who busts all the time. And I would call Kev because he always, KMG, rest in peace. I'd be like, hey man, this is chick from like, I don't know, Brooklyn. I said, this bitch is hard as fuck, man. I said, I keep looking at her. I'm like, he said, what you talking about? I think her name is some Minaj something. He's like, oh, you mean homegirl Nicki Minaj? I said, that bitch is the next shit.
Right.
And when she came out, man, I was like, sometimes when you putting your eye on somebody, they got it. And that's why I say, from the era of female MCs that I know can really go hard with niggas.
Lauryn Hill, nigga. Y'all didn't say Lauryn Hill.
I didn't like. I like Lauryn Hill as more of an all-around songstress singer.
Yeah.
I just don't put her in the MC
Rapper.
Like I don't put
I don't
Missy.
put her in the rap like Missy.
I don't put
same
Missy
way.
in the rap.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
a real.
Missy's
They're
in that.
they're juggernauts though. They not on
Patrice
the
Russian type.
yeah. They're more like the greatest. They'll be on the greatest of all time artists.
Artists, yeah.
You know what I mean?
This-
Just we
Not
talk rap
rappers.
Yeah.
This some shit we do on our show, Above the Law TV.
Yeah,
Name your top 3 16s, nigga.
yeah. The 16.
Oh yeah, that's.
wow.
Yeah, and it's a lot. So
I only got
And
E40.
you don't have to do a whole song. You do 3 different songs, different verses.
Yeah, you could do-
This
yeah.
nigga said he only got
It's
40
a-
water.
Which
Yeah,
one though?
I
What,
mean,
what
that-
verse
Been a
though?
couple.
Like-
What verse though? What verse?
That Pac verse on so many tears back in elementary. I thrived on. That's
Yeah.
one.
That's one.
That-
That's so many tears.
That
Okay.
Twisted verse on Poe Pimp.
That's dope. Oh, that's
Okay, that's
that's two. That's nice.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And what would be another one? I would have to say that Andre
Yeah.
3000 verse
On what? On
on boom boom
Players Ball? I mean,
on
So Fresh and So Clean.
me and
So Fresh and So
you,
Clean?
yo,
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah, on
Elevators.
elevators.
Talk
Yeah,
about
elevators.
Got a
I thought you
call
were
from
saying
the
So
other
Fresh
day.
and So
That
Clean.
one.
Say, talk about some.
Elevator.
Yeah.
Lucian
Talk about
got-
something.
Yeah.
I live
Cube, no Vaseline, first or second verse.
Right. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So
that's
four.
three.
That's 4,
Yeah.
nigga. You
That's
know what I'm
four.
saying?
But three.
You can't be
What-
doing
what-
I
I would
giving
say,
up the verses,
You would say
nigga.
what?
I would say Cave Bitch by Ice Cube.
Okay.
Like,
Okay, bitch.
Nice.
That's one of them.
I ain't know you had that in you, G. That's
Hey, that's when they got a secret gun in the side.
Cave, I don't know. Like when I heard it, bro, I was like probably like nigga in the 8th grade or
Exactly.
something. Yeah,
And you still stuck with you.
Yeah, and I was like,
Yeah.
damn, he went
Couldn't
crazy.
let go. Yeah.
Yeah, that right there. I love Too Short. What's that? Cuss words.
Yeah.
The
That's
first.
dope. Yeah.
And I would say Pac and Can't See Me.
Wow. Yeah.
Or yeah. Or the Hearts of Men, because the Hearts of Men was fired too.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Right. That's 4. But
Yeah.
there's a lot when you talk about 16.
they keep doing 4. That's
Yeah,
the light
keep doing
skin
4.
shit.
We
Them
get
niggas
3. Like mine just
Them niggas
is
don't
off
never-
the
light-skinned
rip.
niggas don't
Off
never
the
live
rip
by the
is
rules.
Eric B for president. Like that's versus.
What you say,
I
what?
came in the door, said it
That
before.
before.
I
All
never
right,
let the
that-
mic master top. That
Eric
shit
B for
is
president. That's
ridiculous.
one verse.
That's
okay.
one. Okay. My second one is probably Suck MC.
Okay, that's nice. That's
You know
nice.
what I mean? And the third one will probably be Chuck D's Black Steel in the Hour of Chaos. I got a letter from the government the
And
other day.
I
I opened and read it. It said it was suckers. They wanted me in the army or whatever. Picture me giving a damn. I say never. You know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, that's my 3. That's like for real, just impactful, like they off the rip when you speak.
My 3.
You know?
First verse is no Vaseline.
Well, you got to give it to that. Yeah.
Right.
So that's got to be on somebody's list.
And he's talking about us in the song.
God damn, I'm glad y'all. The first 4 words. God damn, I'm glad y'all said it all.
Right.
Used to be hard. Now you just went something. It's just the way you open up. It's just the way you open up.
And
Like
niggas talking
nigga,
about
like,
us, man. I love him.
hey, he's right. You know.
What was your reaction?
All right.
Oh, that's what we do at Ruthless. He did it the right way.
He had to do that.
Hey, homie, you a baller, right?
Yeah.
When a nigga got game, you be like, that nigga got game, nigga.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
I remember we was in Norwalk sitting around the table, listen to that shit.
You're right.
Easy played that shit. Everybody was sitting there, we was like, with them
Right.
Hey, he didn't say our name.
Nigga, the silence in the room was awkward, nigga. Awkward, nigga. When he got the name and name. You can be Benzo rolling in it. And we say, B210, Benzo. When he said that motherfucker about
that shit.
He said, yellow boy, on your team, so you lose it.
Wait, them niggas' eyes got big like cartoon characters. I'm like, nigga.
And then my friends.
Cause we waiting for him to say something about us, cause we gonna go fight. Don't worry about it. We ain't gonna take the diss. Right. Not about the law. We got that nigga ass.
Hey, was it the awkward looking when they got to nigga's name?
Oh yeah. Oh nigga.
Wow.
I think I need to go get a beer, nigga. Like, nigga.
Right.
Nigga.
All right.
Niggas is like, nigga.
Anybody
Go ahead, that's two, go.
Anybody cracking
No,
one?
all right, my second one is I ain't no joke first verse, Eric
I
B.
love it. Yep.
You niggas don't know that verse?
I ain't know.
I used to make the mic flow.
Yeah.
Now I drop it when I finish to make sure it's broke. That shit.
Yeah.
And my third one is Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh, Lottie Dottie.
Oh yeah, you got.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
that was
yeah,
cold.
Yeah,
That was cold.
yeah, you talking some gold.
Them verses, man.
It was cold, man.
And I ain't gonna give you the full version of the light skin version and say Danny Dane Nightmare.
That nigga said.
That shit was so terrible, boy. That shit was so
About
motherfucking
album, top 3 West Coast albums.
West Coast.
That's biased, man. That ain't right. You gonna make us pick some of my friends and exclude.
I'm gonna
them.
pick my friends.
All right, I'm gonna say all right. Uncle Sam's Curse.
I like
Black Mafia, Life, and Live Like Hustler. Shit, what you want? man?
That nigga crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Niggas for Life. I'm gonna say Uncle Sam's Curse, and I'm gonna say you said West Coast, West Side Connect.
Ooh.
West Side Connect.
Yeah, that was.
West Side Connect album because
that one that go cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
Gangster the Killer and the Dope Dealer.
Hey, that's the first song they do in concert. I'm in the motherfucker law on stage with Q. Then they Q come out and he like, every now and then niggas, these days they playing that and that nigga goes, who's that? We at the balcony. I'm like, what the fuck? That nigga go, cool. I said, oh my God. The gangster.
No, I love,
and the Dope Dealer.
you know what I love about
intro.
you know what I love about the West Side Connect album? We was on the Predator tour with Cube, and he was talking about at the time they was like getting really out of pocket with gangster rap, right? So we all on stage, and we all on the side stage at sound check, and we go to sound check and shit, like in the afternoon and shit. So we talking. So Cube was like, hey Hutch, man, we holler at you. And I was like, so we rapping in a circle like we all used to rap. Like, yeah, like, hey man. He's like, man, you see these motherfuckers just trying to take niggas' heads off about this gangster rap shit. He said, here's my biggest problem with it is the media ain't never respected us. And then as far as these suckers running around saying shit like gangster rap ain't real rap. He said, what they talking about? He said, they talking about the Ice Cubes. They talking about the Cole 187s. They talking about the Too Shorts. They talking about, he said, man, I'm about to do this album called West Side Connect, and it's straight targeting that shit. And I was like, damn, that'll be hard. Right. Nigga, when I heard that shit, nigga, it didn't never get out of my car. Yeah. Because I felt his passion in writing that album. I was like, he's right. And I did a summit one time with Ja Rule the Damager. Shout out to Ja Rule. But Ja Rule the Damager had got on Soul Train and he said, all these gangster rap niggas is fake niggas and they never did it. So we was on a panel. It was a rap sheet panel. And I said, and I remembered, I said, look, homie, you up here talking all that shit. I heard you on Soul Train, my nigga. He was like, what you talking about? I said, you said gangster rappers ain't real rappers. I said, we rapping about what the fuck we went through. Just like whatever you went through in New York. I ain't saying like that. I said, hey man, it's whatever with me at this point. And I could feel what Cube was saying when they did the West Side Connect album because that's what he was talking about. He was like, how you gonna hate on what we doing and we ain't said nothing about y'all. We ain't never said y'all fake. We ain't never said, think about a West Coast rapper, we ain't never said nothing about nobody nowhere else. Right. We ain't said y'all corny. We ain't said that bullshit y'all doing. We never did that.
Right. Yeah, we never on y'all shit.
And so that's why that's one of my favorite albums because I know what's the passion behind it. Yeah.
And I heard that.
What's your second?
I heard
I said it. I said all mine.
I heard back in the day too, like on the East Coast, they used to be like on the radio. Pac got mad at one time when he was like, they'd be like, "What up, dog?" Like all kind of crazy shit. One of my teachers from the East Coast said, "Man, that Lucy Pearl."
Oh, she was a Crip, your teacher?
Nah.
Lucy Pearl record.
She's a Cripolette, man.
Cripolette.
Ali,
like the Lucy Pearl. He was like, nigga. He was like one of the songs with him and DJ Quick. With them and DJ Quick. He was like, nigga. I didn't even know DJ Quick was on the record until I came to the West Coast because they always cut the nigga part out.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, you know, real talk. They didn't play our records out there on the East Coast.
Right.
But the people in the streets love West Coast music. But we never was. That's the whole thing about all of that science when we was talking about like how the media never supported us. But when we go out there, all the kids love it. You know, all the people in the streets love it.
That's why Q came up with that song. Why you talking loud? What you talking about?
Fuck
all the critics in the NYC.
Exactly. That's it. Yeah. It's a science behind it, but it's a real issue behind it.
That nigga said, I'm having illusions.
You got illusions to West Side Connection whooping on your motherfucking ass.
Is the game pay for play, really? Or is that bullshit? Like,
what?
You got a record.
Yeah.
If you got the bread, you can get it worked, period. That's how it goes.
Yes. But see, the thing that they don't understand, it's always organized payola. It's just if you a DJ and I get at you and go buy you a house to play a record, I shouldn't have did that. I should go through a firm that comes and pay you through the corporation. So it's always payola.
Oh, wow.
Because it's just organized. It's just, what we used to do, it's funny, what Eric used to do, Eric would throw these big-ass dinners, and we like, Eric, why are we at this dinner eating this fucking stupid food? He said, because they're going to play a record, Hutch. That's payola.
Wow.
I'm a money, and somebody take a picture of it, we probably gonna go to jail.
Yeah. Nigga, the coldest play Easy ever did was when he bought that little bullshit Republican dinner.
The plate.
$10,000 a plate.
For $1 million worth of plates.
Dinner he didn't even go to.
Yeah, he didn't even go to.
He said, I spent $10,000.
But he said when he actually went, remember he said, when I went, he said, dog, I was so close. He like did a walkthrough or some bullshit. He said, I was so close, I could have shot the president in the eye with a paperclip on me. He said, so I paid $10,000 to take a picture
for $1 million worth.
For $1 million worth of press.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's top notch.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the general price on payola if somebody want to work a record? What they gotta have?
You gotta. I mean, when you talking about organized, payola, man, it can cost you $300,000-$400,000
for one record.
Yeah, on a national level, on a national scale, it's all to me like when people say they working a record and it costs that much. You already know it's a bunch of people living high off the hog at that point. It ain't just here's a check. Real knowledge to this shit is that they can say buy ads. They can say throw little functions and everything, but really it's how you siphon that money into people directly. Because you can't directly pay them like that. You gotta buy ad space. You gotta throw dinners and throw little showcases. You know what I mean? So that's payola, really. That's why it takes a lot of money to work a record still to this day, even with streaming. And you know how that go. So
right.
Dog, it's all, you think about it. From the era that we came up in, it's the same communication, broadcasting companies that's run it.
Right.
It haven't changed.
Right.
No matter what you think, it haven't changed. The names just changed, the COs made, but the whole program still run the same.
So you spend that $3 to work the record,
right?
You gonna get a return on that though.
Yeah, you should. The reason why you should get it is because one thing about the business of smoke and mirrors, when you're real loud, it turns into dollars. That's the thing about the mind. Like as scientifically, it's been researched that if you play this record so many times a day, a lot of people are gonna like it.
Right.
That's why it does pay.
Right.
To do that. Wow. It's just a scientific thing. It's a study that
was
taking to that.
Wow.
May I ask the question again? I'm sorry. But if for AI, are y'all concerned about AI in music, and also have y'all made any moves and tried to copyright your voice and your albums?
Name, image, and likeness.
Yeah, you can't. You see, the thing with AI where they're gonna get in a lot of trouble with is just what Go said: name, image, and likeness. Mm-hmm. If you doing something with my name attached to it, and if someone sounds like my voice, and they say it's Co187.BigHutch ... it's still my name. It don't matter that it's generated through AI. You using my name and it sounds like me. Yeah. That's where a lot of these cats gonna get caught up. I hate it because music comes from the soul. Yeah. You fabricate something and put it in a technical sense. It takes away from the real art part of it. The experience that a person is supposed to have is like you said. I grew up off of y'all. Well, guess why you grew up off of us? Because we can relate to each other. Right. You can't relate to the fucking AI. It's like the AI and they just punch the shit in. It's not like, oh yeah, I went to this school and I fucked this girl in the bleachers and I did that. You can relate to that person that's doing it.
Right.
It's a real physical person. Okay, you gonna meet the AI of little neck bone. It's an AI person. Right. You can't feel nothing for them. So it takes away from the organic part of the fan and the artist having a relationship through the music.
I agree. I agree 100%. That's a great assessment. Man, it's been probably the best interview ever, man. I really appreciate y'all coming through.
Yeah, I just would like to say my shit kicked in and
hey!
That 400 hits you. We always welcome y'all back, man. I got an After Dark show we're going to be doing 2 certain days.
Oh, yeah.
Going to be cracking. Be a little more turned up.
I need some vittles, man, so I got to get out of here.
We're gonna wrap up this show. Go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you.
Oh, yeah, on IG, you can find me at Bubble Law Forever, on Facebook, Code 187, and also on Facebook, Massa Moosey, and on Twitter, you can find me at The Real Code 187. And, you always can follow Rock Boys Magazine on IG, which is 187 Rock Boy Honey's World.
Hey.
You find me at Go_Mac on Instagram. Go Mac, Facebook, Go Mac with the Sack, Twitter. I'm on all them shits, man. Fuck it.
Hey, there we go. Show, tell them where they can find you.
Yo, what's up? Yo. It's your boy, The Real DJ Show. We up in this bitch, man. Look, check this out. Y'all can follow me on Instagram, The Real DJ Show. That's TheReal, DJ SHOW. Follow Plan A Radio. We got a radio station called PlanARadiostation.com. I do interviews on 106 and Crenshaw. Get your music video on a top 10 music video countdown. If you need a write-up or blog, make sure y'all tap in with me. Or if you need your album or mixtape written up on, or on the radio, our 24-hour radio station, we also got the app too. Text 323-287-1146 with your email to get on my radio station. You feel me? It's your boy, The Real DJ Show, man. I appreciate y'all. Oh, yeah, we hiring too. I'm hiring, nigga.
Your mouth gonna get tired of all that talking. Shout out everything.
Yeah, man, I be trying to think everything.
I can't leave nobody out, nigga. Mama, everybody, nigga. Nah, good shit, man.
Appreciate it.
What was I gonna say? Hey, we got 36,000 watching us live right now on Caffeine. Shout out to my Caffeine audience. Shout out to my YouTube audience. Look, pick up that Chill Withers Cluster B album I just dropped. You know where to buy it, thekraigsmith.com, or stream it everywhere. Also, I'm going to have the trilogy out on the record, all 3 Chill Withers albums. I got a stand-up album dropping called Get It From God. Also, the Get It From God comedy tour is on the way. We start in August. I got 10 dates right now. I think we're going to end up doing like 15 or so. If you're a roaster or a comedian and you want to get your ass roasted, come to my show, and we can make that happen. If I owe you something, oh, wait, Mouthpiece just finally came out. We wrapping up.
Oh, okay. You know what it is, man. Be sure to check me out this weekend, opening week at Venice Basketball League. You know what I'm saying? Right there, legendary Venice Beach. Your boy will be opening up. You know what I'm saying? League's going on for 12.
Opening up some candy. What you gonna be opening up?
Man, opening up the first day of my league, man. 2023. Nice, man. You know what I'm saying? Some of the top hoopers in LA coming together, man, to get it in. You know what I'm saying? 12 weeks, but me talking shit, being in the midst of everything, Saturday and Sunday from 12 to the sun go down. You dig?
Nice. Congrats, bro.
Man, appreciate it. 13 years in, we doing our thing.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. That's been this episode of Kraig Facts. If I owe you something, get it from God. God.